The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration, and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Good evening everyone, how are you? And a very, 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 very Merry Christmas, and I hope you are enjoying that limbo that is, which day of the week is it? It's somewhere between there and there. I have no idea, is it Sunday, is it Tuesday? I don't know, I don't care anymore. It's one of those. It's lovely to have your company. I am Derek, and it is the JM Awards today. And here, now in my hot little hands, I have the great honour of announcing the favourite gemstone of the year, which will be introduced thus. I do feel underdressed for this, I have to say. No, I didn't get the memo. I'd have worn the tux if I'd have known. And ladies and gentlemen, the favourite gemstone of the year, 2017. I can't say that, Phil. In fact, let me just show you. It is what I call JM's gemstone, and so do you as well. It is fabulous labradorite. Of course it is. The gemstone we love to love, and there is some labradorite coming up tonight as well for us, which is brilliant. So well done, labradorite. Labradorite couldn't be here this evening to receive the award, so I've received it graciously on its behalf. Fantastic. Well, that was a special moment, wasn't it? So let's do some more special moments, and we are starting off the show tonight with some opportunities that I've been partaking in just before Christmas. So when I did my last shift before Christmas, I then tuned in quite a lot, and I was doing quite a lot of buying, and I'm just waiting for it all to arrive at the moment. But one of the opportunities that I took up with Lucy before Christmas was the opportunity of buying individual tubes of Mayuki seed beads. So we are going to start our show tonight with 4 fabulous opportunities for you to buy individual tubes of seed beads. We are going to start out of this little selection with these. And these are delicious. Mayuki 15-Os. We've had a lot of inquiries, Phil has said over the last couple of days, to say, do we actually do 15-Os? Yes, we absolutely do. They are the baby of the class, of course, as we know in our seed beading. And here is one of your only opportunities to buy an individual tube of fantastic lime green Mayuki lined seed beads. Are you ready? Are you steady? Start adding them into your basket right now. I know when I had a little opportunity to watch with Lucy a few days before Christmas, I was popping seed bead tubes into my basket online, left, right and centre. So there you go. It is a nice round number. I would get yourself a multi-buy. There are plenty of stocks to go around, which is brilliant. £2, and we are looking at your fantastic 8.2 gram tube, and there are going to be loads and loads and loads in there. Great for building up your Christmas projects, your spring projects. You know where you're going to use these. You know how inspiring a colour it is as well. £2 and they are yours. So just pop them into your basket. Go, 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 go. Or you can give us a call on the phone lines, of course, 0800 644 655. I thought we'd do, because Katie Parker, by the way, will be with us in just a second. She is here. She got stuck in the same shenanigans that I did trying to travel down from Yorkshire today. There were lots and lots of delays on the way, especially the lovely M1. Here's our first message. It's from Katrina in Bristol, who says, good to have you on screen again, Derek. So I'm looking up there because there's a screen up there that I can see it. Thank you, Katrina. Lovely to have your company. I thought we'd start the show in this first hour, Phil, as well, with a little bit of a twist on something I do on the mid-show in the 5 o'clock hour, which is What's for Tea. Because over the Christmas period, What's for Tea kind of, you know, it kind of changes dynamic completely and utterly, doesn't it? Because you open the fridge and it's like ready, steady, cook, isn't it? I've got a cabbage, I've got 4 mince pies and a pot of cream. What the heck am I going to conjure up with that? So festive What's for Tea tonight, please. It might be a hodgepodge of Christmas leftovers. It could just be, oh, I can't eat any more stodge. Let me know what's for tea tonight. Text JM Studio and your message to 60777, or you can, yes, text. Can they email as well, Phil? I can never remember. No, just text 60777 and start your message JM Studio, and we'll do that for the first fabulous hour tonight. We've got lots and lots to come. So, should we do some more seed beads? Let's do, to go with that lovely lime green, let's do a fabulous holly berry robin red. Now, this is beautiful. This is definitely a Christmas colour, isn't it? If you've got the green, you've got to have the red as well, really, haven't you? Again, beautiful Mayukis. And these are your 15Os opaque reds. Now, you'll notice that a lot of the designers in their kits have this lovely opaque red. It's a beautiful colour to work with. It's bright, it pops. And remember, 15Os are for filling in gaps, aren't they? They're for creating real depth and texture. £2.95, and you've got a tube of those. We don't have very many opportunities for you to be able to buy one single tube of seed beads at a time. It's something that I've been nagging behind the scenes and saying, hang on, hang on, hang on. Sometimes I just want one colour. Sometimes I want to buy just one tube. I love the bundles that we do with our designers, but sometimes I want to buy just one tube, please. Let's have more of this, I say. So, WABD08 is your thingy bob code. You can pop that into your web basket at any time you like. £2.95. You don't have these opportunities very often, on the 15Os in particular, to grab individual tubes while you can. But these, again, beautiful, lovely colour, really great. Great for Christmas, great for little red robins and all sorts. Here comes some festive What's for Teas then. Oh, I thought that said cheese takeaway. I was like, ooh, weird. Chinese takeaway. A treat from my son, says Leanne. No, good son. Good son, keep him. Somebody else says turkey and leek pasta with green salad and garlic bread, followed by Christmas pudding ice cream. Oh, Christmas pudding ice cream. Good combo, I like that. Do they have sixpences in them? Here's another one. Nikki says, hi Derek, we're having chicken sandwiches, then cheese and biscuits, Wensleydale cheese, yum. Oh, that's the best one to have with Christmas cake, isn't it? It's what we do up in Yorkshire. We have a bit of cheese with our Christmas cake. It's got to be done, hasn't it? Got to be done. So, festive What's for Teas, that's what we want through at the moment. Hi Derek, I had loads of veg left, so I took stewing steak out of the freezer. Stew, yum, 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 says Susan in Derbyshire. Loving your work, Susan. You've got to have some big dumplings with that, though, haven't you? Got to have some big dumplings with that. Here comes another one. Lena, Crazy Cat Lady Lena. Hello, my darling. Merry Christmas. I'm eating beans on toast because I've spent too much on JM the last few days. LOL. Sorry, that's the sales fault. Here she is. We both came from Yorkshire, but slightly different paces, didn't we?
Yeah, you
Welcome.
just got here.
I think I just got ahead. I think I know the accident that you got stuck behind. Was it where the car was upside down?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that one. I went past it just as it happened, or just after it happened, I think. Everyone was okay as far as I could see.
Oh, good.
Looked,
it did look
yeah,
really
it looked okay,
yeah.
and good that you are here. Yeah. We said last time we were on together, Katie Parker, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, you know her better than you know me, I know that. But we said last time, didn't we, when we were on together, we should coordinate and get in the same car, and we forgot to do do that, didn't we? We'll do that next time. Mind you, we could have both have been stuck.
Yes.
Couldn't we?
Yeah, if you'd have come to pick me up, you'd been that bit later.
I would.
Yeah.
I would, absolutely. Anyway, how are you?
Fine.
Have you had a lovely Christmas?
Brilliant, yes.
Good, good, good. Did you eat lots? Of course you did. That's all we did over Christmas, isn't it? That's all we do, is we just eat over Christmas, isn't it? Oh, now we're going to do another. This is great, and you've arrived just in time. How about the opportunity to buy seed beads, just one tube, and just buy 3 lots, because you can buy just the, just the tube itself, just this one colour. Now these are a dark ruby, and I know they might look a little bit darker on your screen. They're kind of like a garnet colour, I would say. Less ruby, more garnet, I would say. £1.95. These prices, they're good, aren't they? It's like the clearance is still on, isn't it? £1.95. Go, 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 go. 15 O's. I mean, they are brilliant, aren't they, Katie? Because you just got to have them, haven't you?
Yeah, for me, they're an essential. I know a lot of people with the tiny beads.
Was that the right colour, Mike?
But, yeah.
I think it's the... Okay, that's the colour in the light box, which look a little bit like the ones that we had last, but in reality, they are darker. Shall I get a couple out and put them on the deck? Would that help? Ooh, I knew that was never a good idea, but I've got a little bunch here. Let's use a beading mat. What a good idea. So you can see, up close and personal, I've now surrounded by 15 O's like confetti. if only they were that big. There they are. So can you see they're more like a sort of deep, rich sort of garnet colour, like a Mozambique garnet almost, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
I love them.
They're amazing for adding lots of little fine
them.
details, just filling in all them tiny little gaps, and they really add a... They're so tiny, they add quite a huge impact to your piece.
And they test your eyesight, don't they, as well, 15 O's. Here comes a message saying, Derek, hoping you and all the crew had a wonderful Christmas and wishing you all a healthy and happy new year full of laughter and fun. Thank you very much, whoever you are, because we are the cute little late show tonight. Yes, absolutely. We've got Leah, who's behind camera 2. Hello, Leah. We've got Adam down the tunnel of love, I think. Is he down the tunnel of love at the moment? There he is. Give us a wave, Adam. There he is. And up in the big box up there, up in the TARDIS, which is bigger on the inside than the outside, we have got Mike and Phil. No Christmas hats, though. I'm very disappointed. Is that because you pulled it off one too many times, Mike? Is that what it is? You've been tugging at Phil's little cap too much, haven't you? Anyway, so there you go. So it's cute little late show tonight, and me and Katie from Yorkshire. So here's Leanne, who says, my new big project is seed beads and pearls, and it's going to take me at least a year to finish it. I always think with seed beads, actually, I want to work on I'm waiting for some seed beads to arrive that I ordered just before Christmas. And I do want to embark on, you know how people embark on big sort of patchwork quilts, massive sort of fabric bits and pieces, and then build up something big. I think that's what I want to do this year. Well, I say this year, next year. It's nearly next year anyway, isn't it? Let's do some more seed beads then, shall we? We're going to do these ones now. I'm just going to show you the other 3 tubes, just in case you've just tuned in. We've been here since 6, where have you been? So we've already done these and these and these. They're all available via the phone lines and the website. And now we're doing these beauties. These are gorgeous. You've got to have these. These are bright, beautiful crystal seed beads, and they are 15 O's. We don't often see the opportunity to buy a tube of 15 O's on their own. This is the last one in the seed bead tubes, by the way. We have how many left? Okay, so this is the one that we have the least quantity left of, I think, because we only have 30 tubes of these. So once they're gone, they're gone. So they are your transparent crystal ivory gold luster seed beads. And here we go, down to anytime today, £2.95. There you go. That's brilliant. I'd just be throwing these in my basket. Absolutely. Because even if you were buying all 4 tubes, that's less than a tenner, isn't it? Which is pretty good. We've got a nice mix of seed beads in Katie's kits tonight as well. We've got some Mayukis, and we've also got some, and I hadn't heard of them before, but they are Matubos, aren't they? Which are Czech seed beads. They're more like inflated tyres. They're kind of a bit bigger and broader, aren't they? They're like little wheels. They're very nice though. Very nice. And we've got some super duos tonight as well. Sold out, by the way. Sold out. Even though you can't see what that is, it's sold out. Could be a specimen bottle, couldn't it? Sold out and gone. So, anyway. Oh, yes. Yes. We've also got for you... Where's my little mat gone? What should I do with it? Oh, can I just grab... It's that little grey one there. Sorry. Thank you. Bless you. We have got... Not those. Is it those? No, it's these, isn't it, Phil? Snowflakey ones. Oh, the ovals. Right, we're doing those first. Oh, through drilled, top to bottom. Let's see if my big tweezers will manage the job. Okay, stand clear, everyone. We may have a flyer. Oh, look at that. It's through drilled, so it's centre drilled. And you're getting 2 of them. Now, you know when these pop up in kits, we often say, whatever the kit price, you know, we usually say is, a lot of that price is accounted for in the larger Swarovski crystals, and then anything else you get around that is like a bonus, isn't it? These are beautiful. AB, they'll go amazingly if you manage to get the crystal seed beads that you just saw. I love them.
They're gorgeous.
Imagine that for a pair of earrings for the new year.
Oh, beautiful.
They are stunning.
They're not sort of too protruding at the back, so you can use them a bit like a cabochon as well.
Yes, they are, because they are fairly flattish. They're kind of sort of boiled sweetie shape, aren't they? Did you have snow yesterday, talking of winter and everything?
I did, yes.
Did you? Yeah, we did. I thought we were going to get snowed in yesterday, and then it all melted last night.
Flakes coming down.
Rubbish. We had big snowmen in the village and everything, and then this morning, nothing. Gone. I was shoveling snow out of the down. We have a little lane next to us, and I was shoveling the snow, trying to do my little bit of, you know, community service and all the rest of it. Not enforced community service, you understand. It's just voluntary. Thought I'd do a good turn for the neighbours, as opposed to penance, and cleared all the snow into big piles, and had no need to, really, because this morning it's all gone. I want it to hang around. You'd have had it worse where you are, wouldn't you? Because you're the other side of the Pennines from me, aren't you?
Yeah, it was quite bad, but then again it had gone this morning.
I know, rubbish. Although I did go out for a nice walk in it yesterday. You know when you go out in crunchy snow and you're the first people to stand in it, that's good, isn't it? But it's good that it's gone, and actually it's usually worse down here. The last few weeks they've had it really bad down here. You know the amount of times we've had to go off air because we couldn't be able to, you know, nobody could get into Ivy House. And this time around they seem to have got away scot-free. How beautiful are they? £5.95 for 2 of those. They make amazing earrings, by the way, because they are through drilled north-south. Definitely take advantage of those. Oh, you missed the Gemstone of the Year award. Guess the gemstone. What do you think it would be?
I'll just go with my favourite, labradorite.
Ta-da! It was labradorite.
I did think it could have been pearls this year.
That's 2 years running, though, apparently.
Brilliant.
2 years running, I believe. Favourite gemstone of the year, labradorite. And we've got another one later, haven't we? Another award to hand out. Best non-jewellery piece.
Oh, I saw some of those.
I still don't actually know what that means, but all will become clear a little bit later on, I do believe. These are gorgeous. These are called Edelweiss. Better not sing anymore. I'll owe somebody some money. How gorgeous are these? So you can interpret these. Imagine building seed bead projects from these. You know, you could almost give these a seed bead cuddle, couldn't you?
Yeah, I have these, but in the frosted variety. They did a frosted one last year, but these are beautiful.
I love the name as well.
Edelweiss.
Edelweiss. Gorgeous. Was that on over Christmas? Isn't that from The Sound of Music, Edelweiss?
I've seen it.
I don't think it was on. We had, before Christmas, my last shift, I remember, I had the double edition of the Radio Times, and we were going through all the films. It's okay, it's an immediate media magazine. Others are available. But we were going through, I didn't see The Sound of Music anywhere. In fact, I've not really watched telly all over Christmas. Had lots of family over and lots of kids running around and this, that, the other. So I didn't really get a chance. Oh, did watch something. Oh, it was rubbish. What was it? It was a film. Dreadful film it was. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Oh, dreadful. Anyway, any more festive teas, Phil? Because look at that price tag. Is that for both of them, Phil? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't have 2 by mistake here and it's only 1. You're getting 2 of those for £4.95. Any other festive what's for teas? Because you know you have strange concoctions, don't you, between Christmas and New Year?
Yeah,
it's kind of what's left in the fridge, isn't it? Yeah. I had chicken pasta for tea. Happy New Year, says Sharon Louise. Thank you, Sharon Louise, and to you as well in South Yorkshire. Well, I'll give you a wave on the way back. We'll be rather late, though. So don't hold your breath. Don't wait up for it. But I'll give you a wave as I come through South Yorkshire later, hopefully. Hopefully scot-free. The motorway's going back. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
they'll be
fine.
empty on the way back. Just on the way here, we had all sorts of hoo-has, didn't we? £4.95. Oh, sorry, I've put those away and we're not even done with them yet, are we? We're loving these. I'm not surprised. I love them as well. I think they're really, really nice. I'm actually, excuse me, apart from losing my voice, I'm thinking of making some Christmas decorations. I wanted to make Christmas decorations in time for the tree this year. That plan kind of went a little bit to cock. Partly thanks to our sister channel, the snowing quarter, as we called it, when I got snowed in Birmingham. And then I came in and did a few extra here as well. So time just ran away, completely and utterly. But I think for next Christmas, I want to get some of these lovely crystals and make some really, really interesting Christmas tree decorations. Because I think it's lovely to make jewellery. I know that's what we're all about here at Jewellery Maker, but also the materials that you make jewellery from make amazing sculptures and decorations.
Just imagine, I'd love to try and use them as a rivoli and like bead around them and you know, make something large and make them for the tree maybe. That'd be gorgeous.
Yeah, imagine those surrounded for a second, if you will, with these. Sorry, I keep looking up because there's a screen above the camera. I'll try not to do that too often. These are the Matubo beads, which are check beads, and they're a little more like a donut, aren't they? Yeah. They're a little broader, a little wider, and a little rounder. So they're coming up in Katie's first kit. It's 7 o'clock. In fact, should we have a quick squiz at the contents of Katie's kit coming up at 7 o'clock? Because there's all sorts of silvers and bronzes and golds in the seed beads coming up in our kit, and it's called Night Owl's Kit. And they are beautiful. Are we pre-ordering? Shall we pre-order? Well, why not? FFGC94, Phil's just doing the do to put that on pre-order for you, and that will contain for you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sets of seed beads, going from your Matubo 6Os, which are in bronze pale gold, all the way down to your dark bronze 15Os from Miyuki. There are super duos in there as well, in a bronze pale gold, and there are full Labrador, yes, that's the word, Derek, Labrador beads, which are these lovely silver super duos. Love them. Why do they call them Labradors?
No idea, I need to look that up, but they are beautiful.
Because they're like solid silver looking. I love them. I want them. So FFGC 94 is available for pre-order right now. Somewhat. Right, thank you. Is that these? Well, I hope he's got one of those bags. Right, have a little look. Have a little look. Now, I can never get the name of these, and I'm not even going to attempt it, even as a Christmas joke. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, they're these little lovely Swarovski crystals that are beautifully claw set within their own little cupcake, if you like. They are beautiful. I'm not saying the name, so stop it. I'm not saying it. It's something French, I believe. I'm not saying it, but they're just $1.95, so just take them, let's sell them out, and let's forget the whole thing, shall we? How many sets have we got, Phil? There are 80 sets. Could you please buy them all so you don't have to say that word ever again, please? Thank you very much. They're in a lovely cyan red. They're $1.95. I'm not saying it. I'm just not saying it. £1.95, and these are yours. Now, am I right in saying, because I haven't the greatest eyesight in the world, but can you get in underneath these?
Yeah, you can pass your needle and your beading threads through and work them into your
Yes. Have you got a little needle there? If you, let's see if I'll grab one of Katie's size 10s, if that's not too.
Oh, it's a bit of a bend.
There they are.
Sorry.
That's all right. They're all like that, aren't they? So you can actually get your needle through the bottom of the said item, just like so. In fact, you can do it 4 ways because they'll go east, west, north, and south. So you can see there's 2 sets. That means you can probably get your. Oh, it's a bit bent, that one, isn't it? You can get through. That's a well-used one, isn't it? Oh, I'm loving seed beading. Did you see my message earlier about threading up an extra needle?
Yeah.
because I'm all up for it, especially with super duos. I love the way super duos fit together.
Yeah, I've got
I just love them.
needles, an extra beading mat for
Yay! Brilliant. I made, and I was very, very proud, I made a wirework Christmas tree, which I've been drawing on about non-stop, I know, for months. But it was pride of place. I made everyone look at it. When all the family came round, I was like, look, 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 I did that. But I made lovely sort of Christmas bauble decorations for the wirework tree using the super duos, and I loved it. Honestly, seriously, I loved it. In fact, I'll try and bore you and find you a picture of. I'm sure I have one. This isn't my mobile phone. It'll just be a figment of your imagination, but I'll find you a picture in just a second, because I have to move on from these to what should we do next, Phil? Oh yeah, these are gorgeous. Actually, Adam, have we got a little earring stand, if you don't mind, if you've got one, please? Now, I'm not entirely sure why we've called these Christmas tree earrings, and you will see why in just a moment. Hang on a second. Thank you very much. These are delicious. Now, if you are early shopping for the festive season next year, these next couple of... Are we going to do the other earrings as well, Phil? Yeah, we've got a couple of little ready-made earring designs that would be great if you're doing a little bit of early shopping for next festive season. Now, we're calling these Christmas tree drops. Now, yes, I guess you could see them as, you know, the needles that will never drop, unlike your real Christmas tree, which I'm experiencing at the moment. Every time anyone walks past it, it just drops some needles just for fun. Thank heavens for stone floors, I say. But these are beautiful. Look at the life in them. They are delicious.
So much movement.
I know. They're really tactile as well. Just run your finger past them, Katie, because they've got the most amazing feel. And isn't it heavier than you expect it to be?
Yeah, I expect it to be really, really light.
Yeah,
there is some weight
that's
there.
the thing with these earrings, is you expect these little needles, shards, whatever you're calling them, you expect them to be very, very lightweight and fragile, and they're actually not. They're really heavy and solid, actually, and you'll only really feel that and appreciate that when you get these home. Now, if you were looking in a jewellery store at any time of the year, including, you know, with the Boxing Day sale, 80% off, must end, 5 p.m. Sunday, all of those kind of things, you are not going to get the kind of price that we're able to offer you on this gram weight of silver tonight. I'm telling you now. And what I would say to you is, if you have any doubts, any reservations, just simply get a pair home, see them, feel the weight of them, feel how substantial they are. If you're a lover of tassels, I know a lot of people use the tassels from the ends of strands here at JM and incorporate them into their designs. If you love that feel, but with such gravity in the silver, you've got to have these. You've got to have these. £26.95. Now, what I would say to you is, you're looking, I know, and you're thinking, right, okay, usually when they do sterling silver earrings, it's a lesser gram weight, it's a lesser price. This is a very, very heavyweight silver gram weight, 7.3 grams. And I promise you, when you have these in your hands and you feel just how solid every one of those very delicate looking little branches, needles, whatever you would refer to them as, but when you feel how solid and substantial they are, that would, I think personally, when you give them to someone as a gift and they actually feel them out of the packaging that you decide to put them in, they would say, oh gosh, you really shouldn't have spent so much. I have to say, £26.95, amazing, seriously good. And I would say, don't take my word for it at all. I would say get them home and feel them, because this is one design that won't translate well over on the television, but when you've actually got these in your hand, you'll think back to me saying, gosh, yes, they are a lot heavier than I expected them to be.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I just love them. I think they're delicious.
And I've paid more than that for a pair of studs on the high street.
Well, exactly.
And there is a lot more silver there. And there's a lot more work gone into those.
If you think about, you know, how much silver generally £26.95 gets you out in the big wide world, compared to the 7.3 grams, and I'll just measure the drop on those earrings, because I know it is important to some people to know the drop on an earring. So you've got, what have we got? That's what, 2 1/4 inch drop, is that? Yeah, about 2 1/4, just over 2 1/4 inch drop, or 6 centimetres if you like it in old money, new money, whichever way around. That's beautiful. Now, the next one I have to show you is, again, ready to wear earrings. This is for those people who, and people laugh every year when some people say to you, by the middle of February, done all my Christmas shopping. And you think, what? How? How have you done that? But there are lots of people who are, right now, looking around for those bargains and doing their Christmas shopping. And if you think about how perfect a gift this would make, not just for Christmas, but for someone's birthday, for wintertime party season, then these are, again, beautiful. Slightly shorter drop on this one. So we'd be looking at, what's that, about 1.25 inches? Yeah, about 1.25 inches drop on this. It's slightly shorter, but a nice gram weight of silver. And can I just say, for the quantity that we have, the price that comes up will make people react very quickly. So if you can see the price, I'm sure, on the web, can they? Oh, you can see a price on the web, but here is the price, and this is why I think people will react quickly to this, because it's a lovely design. That's lower than it should have been as well. Let me tell you an open secret. Yeah, that's lower than it should have been. They were not due to be sold at £10.95. It is like clearance continues. Sorry, I'm not telling tales out of class, Phil. But that wasn't the price we agreed, was it? At all. It's much lower. That's brilliant. So for just over £10, you've got, again, a gift there which looks like 30, 40 or more. And again, Katie, I guess you could get in there with your creative skills and build further on these as well if you wanted to.
I'd be buying a couple of pairs and maybe you taking one pair apart and using them as charms. So you can make a matching set, a charm bracelet.
That would be nice.
Pair of earrings.
Yes.
You know, you'd be charging just for one charm more than the price of the pair of earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how long were the queues in those shops just before Christmas of those stores that sell charms? And I'm not knocking them or denigrating them. You know, people will stand in queues and wait to be served by them and pay £20, £30 a charm, if not more. And that's a brilliant idea, actually, because you could simply take the shepherd's hook off, couldn't you, and add a lobster claw clasp or something like that. You've got a charm for winter. How nice would that be? And you're looking at just £10.95. I know, it's brilliant. Right, grab those, pop them in your basket, run away for all you're worth, and stay where you are, though, because we've got one of these now. Next, I need one of these, Phil, by the way. I definitely need one of these, because you know when you, if you're, I mean, and I know there are a lot of people that see beads, it's not for you, and absolutely fine, not a problem. It's different, horses for courses, so to speak. I've just started with beading, started sort of in October, November time, and that's it. I am hooked. Whenever one of the designers is here and they've got, like, you know, they show you how many of their seed beads they've got left after they've made their pieces, I'm like, oh, can I have some, please? I do a little scrounging thing. So I've got quite a collection of seed beads now, which I absolutely adore, and I'm adding to it left, right, and centre. But also what I've noticed is once I start seed beading, I start getting little piles of different seed beads out, and it starts getting a little bit of an unorganised jumble, and it's very difficult to put the toothpaste back in the tube, so to speak, because you have to do a lot of work to do that. I need one of these, because this is a great way, because you've got the dividers here, which will allow you to divide this up into, is it 36 different sections? I think it is, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, that's enough for now. I'd have a couple of these on the go straight away just from the seed beads I've got so far. But it's not just seed beads, is it? It's findings. It's little spacer beads, it's Swarovski crystals, it's, you know, little silver bells, whatever it might be that you pick up along the way, that you buy in little plastic packets, and you want to open that packet straight away, don't you? And you want to get it out so you can see it and just grab for it when you need it. This is brilliant. I've got something to tell you about this storage box here, because you might think it's just another storage box. To some extent, yes it is, but out of a stock of well over, I think it was 9,000, we are now looking at the last 65 of these available, and I need at least 2. So that's 2 spoken for straight away in my web basket, if there are any left, and you've got £3.95. There you go. You've got to have them, haven't you? Got to be organised.
Stacks of these, stacks and stacks. And when I do buy, I buy in sort of 5s and 10s.
Got to, haven't you?
But, you know, and I use them for the ends of gemstone strands. I've got a little bit of seed beads in the bottom. I can put them in and I can easily see all my colours together. I can work out what goes with what.
Oh, stop it.
Findings.
Do you know, I just think of...
storage so exciting.
I've got like an old gift box, because it was my birthday in November, so I had a black gift box and I was using that to put my seed beads in, because I still haven't got a beading mat yet and I need to get that sorted. And in there I've got some red tiger's eye, some yellow tiger's eye, some seed beads, some spacers, some findings, and they're all jumbled up together. It's not good news. And it's a waste. And I will have to go through them all meticulously, because I am that kind of person, and sort them all out and put them back in their respective places again. But, you know, that's a job for tomorrow. So get these while you can, because we're now looking at the last 60. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know whether we get these in again. And again, use the dividers, because you can. It's really secure as well, which I really like.
Yeah, I've dropped quite a few of them and everything's been fine.
Exactly. Because you just use the little dividers and you just slip them in to their places, and they go right the way to the top, so they go level with the top as well, so everything does actually stay in its place. But if you need a longer section for things like head pins or whatever it may be, you can just take the dividers out and you can move them around, so you don't have to have, you know, 24 individual small squares. You can make lots and lots of different shaped dividers for the pieces that you want to put in there. You get all of the little plastic dividers that come with it as well. Love it, think it's brilliant, and it's the last now 60 odd chances at last 20 odd. There's lots of people multi-buying. Oh, right, so I'm not going to get any of these then. Okay, well, there you go, never mind. It doesn't matter, I will find some storage one way or the other. It's just not going to be this. I had my eyes on this when we looked at it in the schedule earlier, because it's just perfect size as well. I think for seed beads, just perfect. And it might not be seed beads for you. It might be somewhere to keep your findings and your little what do you call them? You know, the tube spacers and things like that. Just things that you think, oh right, okay, I need to fill in a gap in this design or whatever. You look down and you think, they're the ones. But I think sometimes when you've got things hidden, it's like anything, isn't it? You've got something in the back of the wardrobe, you're never going to see it to wear it. It's the same kind of thing in jewellery making, isn't it? As I'm discovering, as I go along. If it's there in front of you, you'll use it.
Yeah, I mean, I have one that's all earring findings.
Yeah.
And I have one for gold, one for rose gold, one for silver, you know.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's just such a good idea. And actually, just as you pick up bits and pieces and add to the collection, you might have several of these. You might have one for your greens, one for your reds, you know, different colour coding and whatever, but they're gone. So well done, everyone. I knew they would, Phil. I knew they would. I knew I'd have not a cat and doodah's chance of getting those, but there you go. Right, well done, everyone. Congratulations. Oh, Christine in Malaga has got 3 of those as well. I was in Malaga a couple of weeks ago, actually. Very nice. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Now, this is really nice. This is going to go beautifully as well. If you're having a look at Katie's first kit tonight, FFGC94, which is already on pre-order, you might want to consider popping one of these strands in with that as well, because it's going to give you that third colour tone. Mixing metals always very, very popular, or metal colours certainly. This is pyrite, so it's a stone, but it's been rose gold coloured, so it's got that lovely coppery, wonderful warm tone to it. In fact, I would say it's a little more coppery than rose gold, in fact, to be honest with you. So if you're thinking about your bare copper wires, and I've been, honestly, just all sorts of things have come to me over Christmas. I've just not had chance yet to, you know, put the pen to paper, so to speak, and get the wire out and start making them. But I think copper accessories, great for jewellery, of course it's great for jewellery, but I'm thinking for decor as well, with your bare copper wire, if you're making sculptures for the home, little decorations for candles, centerpieces for the Christmas table, whatever it might be. I just think it's so satisfying to have this colour, and it's so on trend, isn't it? How many people shopping for Christmas were buying twirly-whirly copper wire candle holders and things like that? I mean, they're just everywhere, aren't they?
The rose gold colour is set to continue right through 2018 as well. It's beautiful. I'd love to make some sort of candle display, candle holder out of those. Do
you know what these remind me of as well? They remind me of fire polish beads.
Yeah.
So if you do love your fire polish beads, then again, something like this. I mean, it's £7.95. And you've got a heck of a lot. I'm going to guesstimate at probably something in the region of about 100 maybe even more.
I would say a bit more. Pieces
to use on that strand. And you get 2 pink tassels as well. There's never any problem with that. Very nice indeed. £7.95. Lovely. Are you all having a nice Christmas? Well, it's not Christmas anymore, is it? It's kind of that bit in between at the moment, isn't it? That bit that we sit twiddling around, twiddling our thumbs, thinking, are they going yet? Are they still here? Do you know what I mean? When you're with the in-laws and the outlaws, it's got to be done, doesn't it? £7.95. Did you have a lot of people at yours, or did you descend?
No, everybody came to us.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was lovely.
So how many were you cooking for on Christmas Day?
Just 6.
6 is enough, though. Right, turkey, goose, chicken, what was it? Turkey. Ooh. Did you do the big theatre in the middle of the table where you carved and everything? Yeah. We did 2 chickens this year. It was just easier. And chicken doesn't carve like turkey, so you can't really do it at the table, can you?
Oh, I had chicken. It was only
Oh, Leah had some chicken. Mike, what did you have? Turkey at his mum's, cooked beautifully. Phil, what did you have? Beef and turkey. Oh, how the other half live, eh? Beef and turkey. Yeah. Adam?
Turkey and gammon.
Turkey and gammon. Oh, he really does live down the posh end, doesn't he? Deary me. I think we're the wrong side of the camera, Katie. You know what I mean? Mind you, I've tried the goose thing. There's no meat on a goose, is there? And I've done duck. Oh, now is it duck? Is duck the one that you turn it upside down and then you cut it? I can't remember. There's just not enough meat on all of those. You kind of think, all of that effort, all of that cooking, that love, that basting, that everything else, and you just deliver nothing back. £7.95. You resent it, don't you? Do you know how much I paid for you? Yes, goose fat on potatoes, yes, does have to be done, doesn't it? You have to rough them up after you've parboiled them. That's the secret, isn't it, to crispy roasties. None of this school dinners, you know, looks crispy but it's actually soggy. None of that going on. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. What did you have for Christmas dinner? Did you have a turkey? Did you do the big theatre at the table? Any mishaps? Any naff Christmas jokes you want to pass on? Because we've heard all of Phil's. Not that one. Oh, I don't know if there is a silver one. Where did he put it then? Has he hidden it somewhere? Where have you hidden it? Oh yes, there is, you're right. Is this silver, Phil? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, this is really lovely. Look at this. If you want that lovely mirror finish on your chain, then this is lovely because it's got sort of structure yet fluidity all in one. Isn't that wonderful?
That's gorgeous.
I know. Oh, that's wonderful. That's a really lovely, lovely chain. Gorgeous. I mean, you could simply just add a connector to the end of that and wear it and go for it. How much have we got? 50 centimetres. What's that in inches? 38 is 15 and 12 is 5, so about 20 inches. I had to do a conversion from a ruler there. Oh, you'd think we'd know, wouldn't you? Should be. Oh, OK. This is where the clearance hasn't quite finished, folks, because that's the price that we should have for about 2 grams, and we're at 4 grams. And then Phil's going to press another button and make it even lower. So it's 4 grams of sterling silver for less than a 2 gram price. Hello? Yeah. Pretty good. Worth grabbing. And I think I'm right in saying... Oh, can I borrow that kneading beadle, the beading needle back again? Because I think, thank you very much, I think you might be able to get your... Oh, if only I had better eyesight, you see. You can probably see better on the camera, can't you? Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, we don't want any horror stories. Look, your beading needle goes into that. Now, this one's got a little bit of a bend in it, so I'm not sure if I get it out the other end. Oh, I would. Yeah, look. So that means you could potentially, you could build upon that, couldn't you, if you wanted to? What would you be thinking, Katie?
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I would just be using it
as
a
it
chain.
is, yeah.
And to add them, my clasp, all I would do is use some, maybe the 0.25 wire and maybe rosary link a gemstone to the clasp, just to put that, make that nice little connection and make a bit of detail at the back.
Yes, which could then go to the front if you wanted to.
You could spin that round and you get a really nice ornate clasp on it.
£8.95, ridiculous price tag. Right, there are only 30 of those, unfortunately, so do be as quick as you possibly can. That's nice. Right, let's do some sterling silver jump rings. Bigger ones first. 7mm round, look like they're made from a 1mm gauge, is it? Open jump rings in sterling silver, 10 of them. In a light gauge. Does that mean a 0.9 usually, does it? I can't remember on these. Lowest ever price tag, how about that? 7mm jump rings in silver. Ooh, this is the bit where Katie wishes she stayed at home today. Yes, £1.95. £1.95. Hang on, I'm just working out the price per jump ring. Yeah, have you worked that out as well? Yeah, moving that decimal point. One to the right, isn't it? One to the right, 19.5 pence, is that right? Yes. Is that right, Phil? 19.5 pence each. Ridiculous. That's really good. I'd be getting a few packs of these. Well, listen, you don't need telling, do you? Susan, Karen, Sandra, Catherine, Pamela, Tina, off you go. Most people multi-buying on this. Well, why wouldn't you? At £1.95. That's brilliant. How many sets have we got, Phil? Plenty. We have got a good quantity of these, so if you do want to multi-buy, don't think, oh, right, okay, well, you know, I'll come back for those tomorrow. They might not be here tomorrow. We've got a good quantity now, but grab these. Oh, I wonder if Fleur's watching right now. I think she might have her eye on something like this as well. 7mm round in sterling silver. Open jump rings, £1.95. You're always going to need those for connectors as well, aren't you, Katie?
They're essential. They're part of your stash, aren't they? Everybody needs jump rings, and you need a good selection of sizes as well. So, you know, you're going to make your joints between your clasps and your chain.
Yeah.
You can use them for adding detail, like you're making your little Mobius flowers.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Also, I quite like the idea of if you've got a nice big seed bead centre to your bracelet, I quite like the idea of then breaking that continuum. Has he swallowed a thesaurus? Breaking that continuum of the seed beads before you then go into the band of the bracelet itself with something like this. It might even be a little bit of chainmail that you do on either side. That would be lovely. I think it's just nice just to say, right, okay, it's not necessarily one big continuation of seed beads, but it's sort of broken up beautifully and incorporated sterling silver in at the same time. Continuum. Wow, I might have to have a rest. Do you know what I mean? Continuum. I'm not sure if I've ever said that on telly. Look at that. £1.95. Oh, here comes another Christmas tea. Sharon Louise, who had... Oh, hang on, that's a different message, isn't it? Turkey, pork and beef. Oh, this is Christmas dinner from Wavy Davy What's It. Turkey, pork and beef. Roasties done in beef dripping. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? 7 veg, almost disaster because forgot to put the pigs in blankets in the oven. Done in the frying pan instead. Oh, that's brave. That is brave, isn't it? That's very well done. 7 veg. That's a lot of veg, isn't it? I mean, roast potatoes, roast parsnips. I'm trying to think what we did on Christmas Day. I think it was roast potatoes, roast parsnips. I sliced up some sprouts and, because I don't do the whole sprout thing, because, you know, with a lot of people in the house, it's not a good idea. So I chopped them all up finely and pan-fried them with some cranberries and... fresh cranberries they were as well. I made some cranberry sauce and then threw that in. And something else, well, bacon, that's what it was. Very nice. Keith in Devon says, we had homemade beef Wellington for Christmas Day. Ooh.
Yummy.
Oh, I could just do that. Is that our Zena? Oh, mwah, Merry Christmas, darling. She says, I've got those earrings, Derek. Ah, I know the ones you mean. Does she mean the snowflake ones or does she mean the Christmas tree ones? Let me show you those again, because they're still available, Phil, aren't they? I thought I'd seen them somewhere. I'm sure I've seen Zena wearing these. Yes, 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 yes. Just in case you've just missed us, just joined us. There you go, it's the Christmas brain. These are the earrings that we're talking about. So Zena has a pair. They are beautiful. We all watch each other's shows, Mike. We all do. We can't help ourselves. We just live, love and breathe JM. Beautiful. So they are still available. If you're watching on the web, they'll be down there, Phil? Down there. Down there somewhere on the products that we've had on. Should we do some more jump rings? Because we've had loads and loads and loads and loads of people taking the jump rings. We've got some smaller ones. So they were 7mm. These look like 5, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6mm. There you go. Oh, a man that underestimates. That doesn't happen often, does it? Remember where you saw it, folks? It was here at Jewellery Maker. In fact, am I the only fella now? Am I the only fella? It's just me and Mark Smith. Oh, Drew, my brother from another mother. He pops in occasionally, doesn't he? So we've got 6mm again in sterling silver. At what, £1.45. Now we know how to work out the price per jump ring again, don't we? Because we just moved the decimal point one to the right, take away the pound sign, and we've got 14.5p per jump ring, which is brilliant, which is why we all multi-buy on things like this. I do need to get some jump rings, actually. I need to get on and make some jewellery. I've made one bracelet so far. Although, what are we making tonight, Katie?
We'll be making...
Because we didn't have time to discuss this, did we?
No, we'll be making the... You could make an earring tonight.
Ooh.
One earring. I'll make the other one, you can have the pair.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
Lovely. Suit me nice for the New Year party. Yes, very nice. And super duo. I love super duos. They're great. So we've got a mix of Matubo, super duos and Mayukis in our first kit. If you want to have a look at it, it's online now, FFGC94. FFGC94. Go and have a little look. You can pre-order right now if you want to as well. So it's 6 different seed bead tubes coming up. So a mix of Matubos, Mayukis and super duos. And so one set of the super duos, those big silvery ones on the left there of your screen, they're called Labrador. I want to say labradorite all the time. Labrador beads, and I'm not quite sure why. Does anybody know why? Anybody know why? Phil, Mike, any suggestions, offerings, ideas? No? No idea whatsoever. We'll do a little bit of research between now and then, shall we? Sorry, would you just look at the time for a second? It's 10 to 7. How? Already? Is that because I've got lots to say tonight? I don't know, it must be, doesn't it? Anyway, let's take a breath for one of these. Oh, not that one. Not that one. Your time will come. It's this one. It is this one. Oh, love this. Now, I'm never here to blow my own trumpet at all. At a previous channel, and a lot of you know the previous channel where I was for 7 years, I sold, and I mean literally, millions of sterling silver chains. And by far one of the most popular designs. In fact, have we anywhere got one of our little velvety busts anywhere? Lovely team. Because by far one of the most popular designs in sterling silver chains, I would say over the last 5 years or so, is one that looks like it was a snake chain where all of the little, thank you my darling, where all of the little scales, using the snake analogy, were unfurled and revealed. And that's what we've got right now for you. This is an absolute delight for the eye. We used to, where I was before, we would call this a sparkle chain of some description. Here we call it Takali. And it is amazing. Imagine a snake chain that had all its little scales unfolded one by one so that it could all reveal that beautiful sparkle and shine, and that's what you have here. Do you know what really impresses me about this is not just that wonderful diamond-like sparkle, because it does give you the look as if the whole necklace is micro pave set with little diamonds. That's the look that this gives you. Much like a lattice work design on some pendants gives the look of diamonds being set into it. This design where there's little platelets almost of silver are all at different angles. Excuse me. So no matter where you are, they always catch in the light. So just a tiny bit of movement. And remember, naturally, when you're wearing a necklace, as you're speaking, your neckline naturally moves. Obviously, you're breathing in and out, and you're talking, and you're moving around, and that spark, it just takes the slightest movement to catch the light. And that's what this has going on. I'm now not touching it, I'm not moving it, and yet you are getting sparkle. If I move that ever so slightly, you never lose the sparkle, you never lose its delight. It's just, I love these. Can I just tell you one other thing before we talk about where we're going to on this star buy? Because look, if I show you the clasp, most sterling silver chains, which you would consider to be budget or affordable, when you buy them in larger quantities, most of them have bolt ring clasps, which is fine, no problem with that whatsoever. You can always swap it out for a lobster claw if you want to. This comes ready with a lobster claw clasp. It is very expensive and takes a lot of silver, a lot more silver to make a lobster claw clasp than it does a bolt ring clasp. So that is added value. That can often, on a retail, that can often add maybe even 10–20% to the price that you would pay compared to having a bolt ring clasp. I love this.
It's beautiful.
You wouldn't change it in any way either, would you?
Not at all.
You just wouldn't.
Yeah, I have it in silver, and it's equally as beautiful in the rose gold.
And Phil has told me many times that when we have these in silver, they go. The fact that it's 20 inches makes it a lot more universal for many people. And if you love mixing your metals, this is brilliant. Hello, Toria. Katie, is that the chain you were telling me about that I didn't know? Thanks,
yes,
Toria.
Yes, that's the sparkly one I was telling you. That's sparkly, beautiful one.
It is. Yes, it's beautiful. And whenever it pops up, whether it be in silver, whether it be in rose gold overlay or yellow gold overlay, well, you can see the list of names. Here we are. There's lots and lots of people. And there are people who are, in fact, Toria, now she's discovered this is that chain. She's got 2 on the way, which is really good. Debbie, well done. Karen, Olive, collector in Sussex. And everyone's checking out straight away. That's the great thing. You know, I don't nag about baskets here. I just find it very irritating as a viewer, so I don't do it as a presenter. But everyone's checking out on this straight away because they don't want to miss out. That's the thing. How many have we got left, Phil? Okay, there's 100 left, and now 100 sounds a lot, but when I tell you, you know, I mean, I can't remember what the latest number is, but how many subscribers there are to Sky alone, and we're not just on air on Sky right now. That's a potential audience of millions. Of course, they're not all watching JM, but we've got a core of tens of thousands of people that are watching JM at any one time. So 100's really not a big quantity. You know how quickly 100 goes in a morning show. Anyway, talking of time, apparently I have to shut up now, but for 3 minutes, and then we hand over to Katie for some fab demos and a great kit after this.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you'll receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
It's easy to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 65,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
And a happy new year nearly. Welcome back to JM. Here we are. Thank you very much. Katie's just dishing out some seed beads for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we using? We're using 5 out of the 6 in this demo, which is brilliant. And I'm going to make along as well because I'm loving seed beading. I'm just loving it. And I would urge anyone who hasn't done it yet, and I'm not doing this for any loaded reason, to be honest with you, because I was a little bit. I'd watched lots of seed bead demos. And I thought, brilliant, but it's not something I'll ever do. And then I went away in November for a little week in a holiday cottage down in Cornwall, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to give it a try. And I bought some cheap and nasty seed beads, which I shouldn't have done really, but I did really to see why cheap and nasty seed beads are no good. Because some are fat, some are thin, some are broken in half when you get them, some don't have holes in them, all sorts. So, but I had a go anyway with those cheap and nasty seed beads and then thought, right, that's it, go for it. I enjoyed it, I loved it actually. And now, I just think it's brilliant. You know, you need time and you need patience and everything else. You need good eyesight, let me tell you. Someone who wears one contact lens, the contact lens has to come out, the glasses have to go on. Good light. Doing it in daylight is probably better, isn't it? Seed beading, if you've just joined us. Let's look at our first kit for this evening, which is called Night Owls. I know, that's a nice name for it. And this is a mix of 3 different types of seed beads, actually. We have your Matubo seed beads, which are great. Now, Matubo are check beads, and I was looking actually at some details earlier. The Matubo seed beads are a little bit broader and a little bit more bulbous, so they're sort of more donutty shape. And we've got 2 sets of those. We've got the 6Os, which are the bronze pale gold ones, which is lovely because it's a lovely muted gold. It's beautiful. And also we have got your 11Os, isn't it? It's the 11O Labrador. I keep wanting to say Labradorite. So these 2 sets are your Matubos. You've got your 6O pale gold, bronze pale gold, and your 11O full Labrador beads. I'm going to keep doing that all night, I've decided. You also have your Miyuki dark bronze 11Os. You've got a pot of those, so 6 lots of seed beads in this. So they are 11Os, and your 15Os are your Miyuki round dark bronze 15Os. And then you've got 2 lots of super duos. I know, how good is this? You've got 1 set that are gold and 1 set that are silver, basically. The goldy looking ones are super duo bronze pale gold, 2.5 by 5mm 2-hole. You've got a 24-gram tube, so that's the big tube of those, isn't it? That's the tall tube, isn't it, of those? The rest of the short tubes, I think. And the silver ones here, again, are called Labrador. Going to keep doing that all night. But to me, they're silver. I just want to call them silver. I'm not quite sure why they're called Labrador. Actually, I'm sure there's a good reason. But that's great, and I love super duos. Now, just to talk to you about super duos, I found those pictures that I was talking about earlier. You know, I'm going to bore you senseless. You know, I made this wirework Christmas tree out of, obviously, wirework, but I also had some seed beads as I made for decorations for the branches. So I'll show you some close-ups of those using super duos. Which is brilliant, and they just make lovely, lovely shapes, don't they? Aren't they brilliant? I love them. So super duos are great, and that was my own work, so that's why it looks a bit ropey, to be honest with you. But, you know, I'm still a beginner when it comes to seed beads. So FFGC94, you've been pre-ordering it all the way through the last hour. We should be looking at a price tag of $38.95, but tonight, because it's that limbo land that is the time between Christmas and New Year, and we don't even know which day of the week it is, it's just £24.95, which is really good. Now, remember, that's 6 different tubes of seed beads, going all the way down to lovely sort of silver coloured 15Os. You've got the Matubos, which are those slightly more sort of donut shaped ones, slightly broader, slightly bigger. In fact, actually, I'm going to speak to the buyers when I'm in next week. So I'm on a morning show next week, would you believe? How desperate are they that I'm on a morning show? I know, Tuesday morning with Fleur Hastings. I hope you can join me on the 2nd of January, which will be lovely. But I want to speak to the team because Matubo also do like a wheel shape. Oh, it's really good. I'll show you later. It's really, really good. And I want them to get some. £24.95. Brilliant. Especially to have 2 sets of super duos, because super duos, when you're using super duos as the centerpiece of a seed bead design, they build up so quickly. And it's so easy to slot your 15Os, your 11Os, and you can build your recipes. Yeah. You can just go crazy with your recipes, can't you?
That's all I've done with these kits, is just really, really played with them and see what patterns I can make.
I love them. So, we're going to make some earrings, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I'm going to make... I went with the bracelet and then to connect it, but it is the earring as well, and I'll show you how to just finish off the other end.
We'll have a little look, because Katie has made the bracelet and the earrings all using, again, these lovely sort of florals, what we call them? What do we call them?
Little motifs.
Yeah. So that you can see they go through the earrings, it's the centerpiece for the ring, it's the bracelet, and it's the earrings as well. So if you wanted to make sweets, it's this basic shape, which will be your starting point through all of those. So you're going to make...
I'm going to make the motif. I'm going to show you how I've connected it onto the bracelet, how to connect each one.
Okay.
But then I will also show you just how to add the extra end on to make it into an earring.
Okay, so we're going to make one motif first, are we?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm following along. I've got a beading mat here as well with all the seed beads I need. Brilliant. I couldn't not, because actually it's couldn't not. Ha! I'm here till 10.
Yeah, so take a good arm span of thread.
Thank you.
I'm using the white fire line at the moment. You don't actually need an arm span, but I just found it easier just to cut one piece, and I could probably make 2 out of that arm span.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fabulous.
And we're going to start off by threading 4 of the gold super duos.
Okay.
So 4 of the super duos on your needle.
Yes.
And then take these down, and just to leave a tail.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so just to leave a little bit of a tail. That's only going to be used to tie off at the end if that's what you choose to do at the end. And all we're going to do is take that around your finger. Sorry. Oops.
They like running away, the super duos. It's fine once you've got them under control.
It's just easier just to hold it around your finger, then just come back through all those.
Through the...
Just to make a loop.
Oh, through all of them?
Okay, so you're just coming back through just to make a loop.
Through all 4?
Okay. Yeah, all 4. And bring it together. And then you're just going to tie an overhand knot on there. So just tying just a basic overhand knot just to keep those together. You can do that twice. There we go. Let's pull that tail through. Okay, so we've got 4 of our super duos tied together like so.
Oh, so it should have a star.
Yeah, it'll come together, don't worry.
Okay.
Pull them, tie those 2 together, your tail and your thread.
Excuse me, we'll be a bit slower because you've got a beginner here as well.
Okay, so you've got a kind of little, don't worry if it's slightly out of shape because it'll come back into shape in a second. Okay, so you've got 4 of your super duos and your thread is exiting in the middle there where you've tied that knot. And what I would do is just go through the bottom of that super duo, just the bottom hole closest to where your thread's in there. And just give it a tiny tug, and what that will do is it'll just pull your knot inside your super duo and hide it for you. Okay, and then all we're going to do is going to skip up the side of this super duo that we've come out of at the bottom there. So we're going to skip up the side and come up to the top. So we're using the top hole of that super duo now. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up a bronze 11, a Labrador, or I think I'm just going to call them silver.
Silver duo.
Silver super duo and another bronze. And then go through the next hole along in your gold super duos. Okay, so we're just going to fill in all these gaps just like that.
Okay. Yep.
So again, bronze, silver, bronze, and through.
I love seed beading.
And I've just managed to pick up an extra bronze.
It's so calming as well, isn't it? Once you've got the rhythm, once you've got your patterns, and you can take them all off in lots and lots of different directions, can't you? That's the thing I love about seed beading is you don't have to follow a strict recipe. If you found that a combination of what you've got, other colours that you've got, works well, that's when you start going off on your own merry way, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so working your way around.
Thank you, Adam. The tea has arrived.
You're faster than me now.
Am I?
Yeah, I
Good
did a
Lord,
mistake.
who'd have expected that, hey? But it's once you get into it, now it's like not being on telly, by the way, because this is great. This is fun.
Yeah, we're just chilling out here.
I've not had time all over Christmas to do any of this. I've been itching to do it, but I've spent most of Christmas in the kitchen. So, unfortunately, I didn't get the time.
Okay, so when we add our last one.
Yeah.
So is that where you are now?
Yes, I'm just about to go through.
You can come through the next, super duo, the next bronze seed bead, and the first silver super duo you added.
Okay, right. So you're going to come out at the bottom of the first silver.
Okay, yeah. And then you can skip up the side of that super duo.
Are we coming back on ourselves?
Yep, so back on ourselves. We're going to work in the opposite direction now.
Okay.
Okay, it'll still feel quite floppy and everything.
It does.
But don't worry about it.
That's okay. I thought I was...
It will come together nicely.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Right, from each of the top of each silver super duo, we're going to add a bronze 11 and 2 15s.
Oh, now I've never done 15s before. This is a first for me.
Okay, and then we're going to come and go through the top of the gold super duo again. So through there, this top of this super duo here.
The one in the middle?
Yep. And then pull that through.
Ah, so we're going to do 2 sides, are we?
Yep, and then this time we're going to go back up to the top of this super duo. So we're going to add 2 15s first.
And then an 11.
And through. So we need to continue this all the way around. So just working around. So your 11s, 11 and then 15s.
So 11
through the top.
15, 15.
And then
you kind of have to talk.
Yeah, I talk to myself all the time.
Because I found that if you use the kind of language that the designers use when you're actually picking up your seed beads, you actually remember where you've gone wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of a mantra, isn't it?
Yes, so you go 2 11s and a 15, 15 and 2 11s. You kind of say it almost as if you were a guest designer, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I say you. Of course you do, because you are one, but...
I forget that I am. Okay, so we nearly got all the way around now. So through that top of the super duo each time.
It's just managing your way into the gold one in the middle, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah, to give it a bit of a wiggle.
Needs a bit of a persuasion.
Okay. When you get all the way around, and what you're going to do is to get into the right position, you're going to follow your little bead path until you come out of this one at the top here. Okay, so we're going to come. I've come through and added my last one there. Then I'm going to follow this bead path around and come out here. So following through those 15s, through that super duo at the top there.
All good. Yeah, all good so far, Mike.
Through those 15s.
I'll show you my final work when I catch up. I'm nearly there. Two 11s and a 15.
Yep.
And up through the silver.
Yeah.
And then I'm following my bead path to where?
So you're following it through up until, so you come out here. So what you need to do is be coming out here. So you need to follow the bead path through and across there.
Okay.
So through there. That is why we're using a size 12 needle.
Okay.
Because we're going to pass through those 15s a couple of times.
Right.
Okay, give it a wiggle.
Wiggle.
Don't stab yourself.
That's all right. Seriously, the top of my thumb before Christmas was just full of needle marks, completely and utterly. Where my beading needle had spent most of its time in my thumb. Sorry, I've got one more 11 to come through, and then I'm.
So what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you this little bit on the end here, which is where you would add your clasp. So I'm going to show you this bit because this is where Derek will add his earring finding for his.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to make like the tiniest bracelet in the world in a minute. So yeah, we're going to add these little beads at the end here. So we're going to add 10 15s. So when you're making a loop to add a clasp, you always need to add an even number so that your clasp will sit nicely in between that central two beads. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, right.
You need to add 10. 8, I think that was 9, 10. I just need to count them now, so I got distracted a little. 4, yeah, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and then we're going to come back down through following our bead path and through the top of that super duo, like so. Okay, so you've got those. You're going to make a loop on the top of this super duo here.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to follow it just exactly as you've just done. Follow that bead path down and through the middle of that, the top of that super duo.
This one here.
Yep. Follow. No.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you're going to go over the top, down there. Sorry.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
And then when you pull that through, you'll have a nice little loop. Okay.
By Jove, I've got it.
Okay, so we've got our loop there, and then we're going to follow the bead path through again to the top of this silver super duo. It's even more of a tongue twister.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay, so it's all about following this outside bead path.
Yes.
Okay, and then this time, when you've got to there, we're going to add 3 of our Labrador, our silver seed beads, they're size 11s. We're going to add the end onto this one and follow it back down again, like so.
Ah, okay.
So we're just adding kind of all the points.
So you skip over the silver one in this.
So skip over the silver one and down the other side.
And through the next 3.
Yeah. And then what you're going to do is come through the top of the super duo again. And down, following this bead path again through to the top of this silver super duo.
Oh, I missed one. It's all right. It's fine.
All right. So at this point, I'm gonna connect and show how to do that. The connection with the Matubo to here.
Okay.
You're going to continue adding your silver seed beads on each.
So I add them
so
from
you're
there.
Do this here. Here and all the way around.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're just going to continue around.
Okay.
Okay. So follow that bead path and add you 3 silver size 11s to each point.
Right.
Okay. You okay with that?
Yeah, I've got a bit of wiggle to do.
Okay. So your bracelet, you will have made a longer bracelet than this. I think it was about 7 to make a bracelet.
Yeah.
But work it out to whatever works for your length of wrist size. Okay. So we need to add this this gold matubo in the middle here, and you make each of these motifs individually, and then add on, and then move on to the next.
Right.
Okay. So we've come out. So I've got my loop at this end. So this would be the other end of my bracelet. And I've added these silver ones on here. Now I need to add the attachment, and then I finish it off by adding this one here. Okay, so I'm going to add a silver, a gold matubo, and a silver. Okay, now this is going to connect to this one here. So I'm going to take that, pick this one up now, and work this down the same line of beads that we'd been going around before. So adding that through there.
I'm being asked to just gently remind you that if you've got this kit in your basket, please make sure, yes, I'm not going to say it, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you check it out. Oh, it's all gone quiet.
Okay, so I was just getting a
deep in concentration. We are. That's why.
So my thread was exiting here. I've added these three beads: the silver, the gold matubo, and the silver. And then it's still a bit fragile at the moment. It's not connected fully yet. But and then I've gone down that bead path at the side of those beads here. Okay, so here. And now what I'm going to do is, if you see, I've got. Do you remember these beads that we added here? The 11 bronze, then the Labrador Super Dew, and we're going to come across there. I'm going to use that little path across there. So, and pull this through. So, and that'll bring this together. And then we need to come up again through this tiny bead path across this side here. So, coming up through there. And then we just need to add our silver. Silver size 11. We're going to go through the matubo, through there, pull that through. So we've got almost the 5 beads that make the connection, and then adding another silver and through here. So connecting this. Now what I would do is if I was making this into a bracelet and I had more time, I would go round that bead path again just to secure it and put an extra layer of thread in between that connection there. And you just do that by literally following the bead path around. Okay, but for now I'm going to come through that Super Dew just like you were doing before, through the top of here. And then up the side, this side bead path again. And then we're just going to add our little silver size 11s on the edge there. So 3 of those, 1, 2, 3, and then back down this side. So our pattern, it'll be complete. Okay, and then all you would do is you'd work your thread back towards that middle and tie it off in a knot. So that would be your beginning and end of a bracelet, and how to add the links in between.
And I've made well, you know, what do you call it? A little faux pas, where I've taken, I lost track of my thread.
What you're best doing is taking your heel off and pulling it back.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah,
and I'm going to do that when I've got more time. But
yeah.
I did, if you want to have a look at that bit, Leah, look, that bit's perfect. That point there, that's perfect. You just don't want to look at that bit there, because that's the bit where I just need to retrace the thread and whatever. It's on TV, you know, it's, you know, obviously our experts, you know, they can do it under pressure. I need good light, daylight, and be sitting at home with a nice cup of something. And I've got a cold. Any other excuses you want to drag up, Derek? Here is Sarah in Cheshire, who says, lovely to have Derek making alongside. Nice to know us mere mortals can learn these techniques too. Make stunning jewellery. It's true. And actually, you'd be surprised, excuse me, on how your super duos take your seed beading. Because if you've been looking at traditional smaller round seed beads and thinking, it's not for me. Try putting some super duos together and then working with different recipes of the round ones. So use your super duos and then use little recipes of 8s, 11s, 15s, or whatever size you want to really, and just watch where that takes you. And you know, it might not be a piece of jewellery even. I know I always take, you know, I always take thinking in different directions sometimes. Vicky says, how cute is Derek when he's concentrating? You should see me at home. I love it. Seriously, I love it. The specs come out, all the lights go on and everything else. Seriously, I do love it. If you've got this kit and you've got it in your basket, please make sure that you check it out. I don't nag often, but this is such a lovely kit. Just a quick recap of what's in that kit as well. 3 different types of seed beads. So you've got your Miyuki seed beads, the traditional round seed beads. You've got the crystal bronze, pale gold 6Os. They're the Matubo, should I say, and they're the check beads. They're the ones that are a little sort of broader. They're a little more sort of donut shaped. They're slightly more bulbous, aren't they? A little bit more like a... It is like a donut shape, these ones here. So you've got these Matubos in pale gold 6Os, and then you've got the Labradors, which are the lovely silver ones. Let's just call them silver. They're called the Labradors, but we've got 2 different lots of them. You've got the Matubo 11Os, and you've also got Super Duos, which match that colour as well, because they are, again, they are Matubos as well, 2.5 by 5 millimetre. Great to have bronzes, golds and silvers all together in one lovely kit at £24.95. That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Katie. That is a very, very popular kit, by the way, so make sure that you get it. And Katie has another kit coming up at 9 o'clock. I think I will watch that demonstration. I might have a little play as well, who knows. Anyway, you and I, it's time for one of these now. Right, I'll move my fine work to one side, and it's time for a star by now. This is a gemstone, which is just it's always like a darling of the gemstones, I have to say. I've been watching, I'm sure you have as well over Christmas, there's been quite a few sort of glamorous films on, hasn't there, over Christmas, the James Bonds and all of that kind of thing. And you always look at the, you know, the leading ladies in films like that, and they always look amazing, don't they? I actually think that in terms of, if we thought of gemstones as we thought of people, then actually I think the tourmaline would be a very, very sophisticated lady who never goes out, you know, without her full makeup and gorgeous outfit on. It's a wonderful family of gemstones to work with. And I think actually, rather than being confined to one colour, it's really nice to explore the rainbow of different colours that tourmaline has to offer. And of course, you know, in terms of regality in the gemstone scenario, let's call it, this is the family of gemstones which has the Paraiba in its midst, which is, you know, so highly revered. It's, you know, it's like the eternal quest, isn't it, for the Paraiba? And sadly, we don't really see it anymore, do we? The only time we see it is its colour-like is in apatite, really, isn't it, these days? Here, you've got some which are, yeah, some which are, absolutely, they are black tourmaline. And black tourmaline is, you know, is again so special to have in this kind of size. And you know the kind of jewellery I think you'll make with this size of stone, don't you, straight away?
Yeah, it's so, I would keep it all together just as it is in a bracelet, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's so pretty all together.
It's so delicate, it's so soft, it's so smooth. It's almost the shape of the gemstones and the colours almost tell you the design. You see as well that there's almost, there's different fusions of colours in some of those. I mean, that's what we call a light box shot. So that's taken in a box with light shining at it which simulate daylight. So that's going to give you a much better impression of what these are going to look like ordinarily during the day. So I think it's very much a daytime piece of jewellery that you can make with this as well. It's not confined to, you know, evening glamour. But maybe you're off on that lovely holiday somewhere like the Bahamas or the Caribbean, or it's that time of year, isn't it, where you think, when's my next holiday? Have you got one booked, Katie?
No, I'm thinking.
Yeah, see, everyone's thinking, aren't they, at the moment? I haven't got anything in the holiday diary. Have you got a holiday next week, Phil? Are you? Phil's off to Prague for the weekend. Nice. Anybody else got any holidays in the diary?
Yeah, I'm off
Are you going to Prague as well, Leah? Are you going with Phil? How sweet. How sweet. See, that's teamwork for you. Makes the dream work. Oh, no, you're going a different time, Leah, aren't you? Mike, have you not got any... I think... Oh, looking at Japan this year. That sounds good, doesn't it? Not a long walking holiday with Phil. That can be any time, can't it? It's most weekends, in fact. $4.95. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky man. £4.95. Oh, you'd have loved Yorkshire yesterday for your long country walk, Mike, in the crispy snow up in Yorkshire. It was gorgeous. It was wonderful. No, it's fine. It's fresh snow. It's got to be snowman snow, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not, you know, that stuff that just disappears. Although it's gone now. Yeah. $4.95. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. Well done, you. Yes. Yes. Wow. Where do I begin? Actually, what I might do, can I ask you to move your beading mat? We swap it for the macrame board. And then I can show you from the Dove from Above camera, because in this selection, we could just be going on and on and on and on, adding to this for a long, long time. We've got, can you see that all right, Mike, from up there? I'm just going to keep adding to it because this, is it all of them, Phil? Because I've got 2 lots here. There's I've got another pot under this. Should that be there as well? How many have you got on the recording? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Does that match the record? You do get both parts, do you? Okay, now obviously this is by carat weight, as opposed to, which is, you can understand why I thought, because I had 2 pots here, I didn't think it would be both. Because, oh my word, look at this. Right, so, in our studio sample, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 individual cabochons there. Now, obviously, you may get a differing number because you might have some that are larger and you might have some cabs that are smaller, in which case you get more of them. We've got pairs, we've got ovals, we've got flat ovals, we've got tall ovals. Have we got some rounds? No, there's no rounds in there, is there? Most of these sort of pear shapes and teardrop shapes. They're amazing. Imagine the brooch that would make a lovely centerpiece for. And you've got lovely pairs of these as well. So if you want to make pairs of earrings, you've got lovely pairs that will match up really beautifully, which is great. So not necessarily the exact shapes that you're seeing here. Aren't they amazing?
Beautiful.
I know. Look, this one in particular that Katie's just picked up has got the huge sort of gold haze going through it, which is the pyrite. Love it. Loving your nails as well. Very, very nice. Very festive. Very nice. $17.95. If you think of the cost, if you just make, let's say you make a macrame necklace, and you maybe give these a macrame cuddle, do you know what I mean, like a seed bead cuddle, as a centerpiece. How much would one necklace with one cabochon, how much could you sell it for? Reasonably. You only have to look on, you know, I know we never say it, but you only have to look on Etsy and places such like, where people make their own jewellery, sell their own jewellery. That's where a lot of people get the inspiration from. You know, inspiration from our guest designers and the designs, the cost of our materials, put those elements together, and that's put people in business. That's put people like you in business. How much do you think? You know, I mean, if you were giving just a very, very simple, how much are macrame cords to buy? How much are seed bead bundles to buy? And if you had a great big collection of cabochons like this in a gemstone which is loved, people genuinely love lapis lazuli. They find it fascinating. There's not a lot of it out in the marketplace. It is a delicious stone to work with as well. And you've got lots and lots of different shapes to play with. And because they are cabochons, you've got so many different ways. Work them into your shibori pieces, of course, for seed beading. Amazing. Imagine for a second, you know those wonderful bronze beads that we had in Katie's kit at 7 o'clock. Imagine giving one of those lapis a lovely seed bead cuddle in that kind of colour. Or in those silvers, to be honest with you. You know, build up something wonderful with the super duos and the round, what do they call them, Labrador?
Yeah.
Labrador, we don't know why. Look, that's a great combination as well, isn't it? That's going to bring out the colour of the blue and the gold beautifully, isn't it?
You could make an amazing bib necklace with these.
Mm.
There's so many kind of matching sizes you can make, you know, make it really symmetrical. And seed bead, maybe a seed bead embroidery piece.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, you could get, what's it called, the foundation?
Foundation.
Yes.
Your ultra suede at the back.
Yeah. There's so many ideas, so many different ideas. Now it's down to you. £17.95 for nearly 1,000 carats, and we counted, what, 26 cabs in our studio sample. You may get more, you may get less, larger stones, you may get more, you know, smaller stones. How amazing. Love it. Right, hang on a second, it's going to take a while to put these away because there's lots of them. There are lots of them for you to play with, which is great. I always say play with, I mean create with, you know what I mean. It is like playing though, isn't it? It's really great. It is fantastic, and it's something you can really, really enjoy. Right, what are we doing next, Mr. Phil? Multicoloured assorted gemstones. Oh, yeah, I see.
I have these. They're amazing.
What a lovely shape.
They are amazing.
I don't think I've ever seen this strand before. Oh, Phil says you won't see it again either because there are only 14 left. You have this strand, Katie.
I wish I could buy more. I've knotted them on pink silk and just left them exactly how they are on the strand.
Oh, and they're beautiful. You've got lapis lazuli on this as well. You've got labradorite. You've got all sorts going on here. Is that a black agate through there?
Looks like it.
You've got, well, it's looking a little bit jadeite. Some of that as well. I don't know if it is. I can't confirm. I don't have a list of the stones here actually, but they are beautiful, yeah. That's pretty, I love that shape.
Yeah, there's lots that you can match up for earrings as well. It makes it ideal.
And again, because you've got those lovely angular forms, super duoing around those, or the magatamas.
Yeah,
you know, the sloping ones, yeah.
To work through as well.
Right. Oh, Phil, Katie wants some more. I quite like the shape. £7.95, that means there's no chance. There we go. Help yourself, Philly boots. It is like, again, I say this quite often when I come here. Great tea. Like a legal smash and grab, isn't it? It is. Honestly. Who's got them, Phil? Who's got them? Let's have a little look. We have what? 3 left? 3 left. Ginny Susie wants it, well done. Amongst many others, Lorraine, Ruth, Roz, Maria. Oh, we're oversubscribed now. Vivian in Malaga, if you want them, check them out, my love. Love those. Sorry, I've got to show you this. Got to show you this. Now, you remember a long, long time ago, I bought in my very own personal, it looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like my very own personal, and I have got a labradorite piece, which is slightly bigger than this. It is limited edition. I'm recapping it now from the late show. The mid-show, should I say. Yes, we are the late show. Of course we are. I know exactly what I am. 650 carats in one giant cabochon. £49.95. Yes, it has just won Gemstone of the Year 2017. I'd love it. How many are there left? Okay, there are 8 of those left. £49.95. Beautiful. Do you know, I'd do exactly the same as I have done at home. I put them in a little glass cabinet case, and I've got some of those little strings of LED lights, and I make sure the lights are shining up to show off the labradorescence. I'd never do anything with it. I'd never make it into anything. I think that's just a keeper, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a keeper. It's beautiful. It is amazing. It's like you start your own sort of gemstone museum, isn't it? Wonderful. So that's still available at £49.95. Fingers crossed that you get one of those. And the one that I have at home, I paid a heck of a lot more. I mean, it is bigger, but I paid a heck of a lot more than £50 for it. But there you go. There you go. When you love something, you'll pay any price, won't you? So, let's go next for this It's not very pink, that's the only thing, Phil. Oh, it could be. Yeah? Okay, I think we're calling this pink zebra jasper, and there are elements of pink running through it. It looks like when I'm trying to make one of those lovely gooey, you know, melt in the middle chocolate puddings, and you've poured the cream over after you've split them open, and all the oozy goozy stuff is coming out. Oh. Oh. Have you got anything left in the freezer? I could just do one of those now. I should just correct. I gave the impression there that I make things like that. I should correct that. Obviously, other people make things like that, and I simply pop them in the oven or microwave and pull them back out again. I can't take any credit. I don't have a recipe to offer you. But it's lovely, isn't it? It's almost like that lovely sort of whiskey cream and gorgeous oozy chocolate. Ooh. Lovely. And there is the odd bit of pink in there as well. It's kind of a very dark pink, though. It's almost like, you know when you put blackberries or cooked blueberries into cream or custard and it goes very, very, very dark. It's almost a bit like that. A little bit blancmange, and we said we wouldn't say the word blancmange again between us, didn't we? But it's a little blancmange. If I show you this one, Leah, I think you'll bear me out completely. Look. Look. Blancmange colour. Do you agree, Katie?
Yeah.
When was the last time you had blancmange? Exactly.
Probably at school.
The last time I mentioned blancmange, it wasn't on this channel actually, it was a few years ago. I got sent a box of it. Lovely. Yes, Colin and I really did enjoy that. Very nice. Anyway, £5.95. This would go nicely with, well, really any jasper that you have as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's like a softer sister to mookaite.
Mm.
Yeah.
Actually, can I ask you, Katie, just with your lovely top on tonight, yeah, can I ask you to just hold that up as if it were a necklace to you? We'll have a little look with the, because Katie's got like a gold sort of shimmery top on, and I just think, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Looks nice with the gold.
And without being too sort of winter muted either. Nice. £5.95. Good Lord, I tell you what, we're splashing them around like there's no tomorrow tonight, aren't we? It's another one of these. Oh, and it's only one of the most collectible gemstones there is, for heaven's sake. It's carnelian. And I tell you what's interesting about carnelian. Carnelian you often see as chips and nuggets, don't you? You rarely see it in kind of shaped form. And if it is, it's in plain rounds. It's usually just one single colour through the strand, which is great, which is fine. Do you know what this reminds me of, though? And I tell you what, if I hadn't have told you it was carnelian and I'd have said to you, here is a wonderful fire opal strand, you would never have questioned me. You would never have questioned me at all. It's got those same kind of fiery colours that go from almost like lava reds all the way through to, I have to say, some of those are reminding me of Ethiopian opal. They've got that sort of translucency to them. What do you think? Nice, isn't it? Nice. Lots of scarves I've noticed, these kind of colours. Oh, this one Phil thinks escaped the clearance yesterday. So, oh, naughty, £10.95 it should have been. Okay, for carnelian collectors, £5.95. That's yours. Just take it and run. Take it and run. Run as fast as you can. That's a great thing, isn't it? £5.95. That's 180 carats. But for me, it's not about carat weight. It's about shape. And it's about breadth of colour. Because look, you've got almost lava reds in the middle of that strand there. Almost fire opal kind of translucency. Oh, I love it. That's lovely. Do you use much of it, Katie, carnelian?
I haven't got much of it. I love that strand though.
It is gorgeous, isn't it?
I'd like to separate out those colours and maybe use some with some pearl rondelles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tell you what you could do as well, because some of these lighter ones are very opalescent.
They are very.
We've got a strand of opal rondelles coming up. I'm not sure if it's in the 9 o'clock hour, Phil. We've got a strand of Ethiopian opal rondelles that you could actually match the lighter ones from this strand with those and give sort of bulk out the look a little bit from smaller opals and just make something spectacular. Well, you're liking it as well. Look at the names. Names. Julian Scott, well done. Is that June or Jane? Jane in South Yorkshire, Carol in Hertfordshire, Susan in Carmarthenshire. That's an interesting spelling of Susan, isn't it? What a lovely spelling. I bet Starbucks love you. Other coffee shops are available. Sarah in Essex, collector in Lincolnshire, well done. In fact, Susan has 2. Well done. So has Carol, so has Maria. Jane in Derbyshire has got some as well. Ginny Susie Watsit, Sharon, Andrea, collector in Blynow. Jane in lovely France. Hello, Jane. Merry Christmas to you. What's Merry Christmas in French? It's not Feliz Navidad. That's Spanish, isn't it? It's what? Joyeux Noël. Joyeux Noël. Whatever it may be. £5.95. How many left? 25 left. 25 of those left, so I'll leave those with you and you can check them out. Yes, I do, Phil. You never need to ask twice about that. Did you? Look at this. When we sell this gemstone, we sell it in the same quality as you will find in any jeweller's window, in my personal opinion. And that's all I have to say. The quality of green amethyst that we buy here at Jewellery Maker is, in my opinion, it's eye clean, it's gem quality, it's beautifully faceted. You could set that on a sterling silver wire straight away and that could be a 3-figure price tag necklace, in my opinion. It's so beautiful, it's so flattering, it's so eye-catching, and you get so much of it for next to nothing here at Jewellery Maker. Something has never computed for me. It never makes sense. And you, again, I'm going to bore you with the same old story. I've got a family member who has a pair of earrings, about 2 carats of green amethyst in each. Yes, they are gold earrings, and they were in excess of £200. For green amethyst, a gemstone which is readily available. We're never going to be saying, I don't think ever, you know, way beyond any of us, certainly, we're never going to be saying, oh, it's the last of the green amethyst, everyone. Never. Yet it's for me, one of the most attractive of the quartz gemstones. I just love it. I have a thing for green gemstones anyway, but for me it's the luminosity. It's the fact that it's you can see through it. It just allows the light to bounce around it. It's happy, it's glowing, it's kind of got everything you want from a gemstone. It's soft, it's sophisticated, it's bright, it's beautiful. You can wear it in any season. You can wear it in any way. Love these as earrings as well, wouldn't you?
I would have a pair of earrings and a necklace. I'd just pop a sterling silver spacer in between each one.
Yeah. It's all you need, simplicity. I'm not even going to say this price. It is, Karen. Thank you, thank you. So it's Joyeux Noël in French. Fantastic. I'm not saying that price because it always feels wrong. It always feels wrong that is a retail price for this gemstone, because you could put the smallest one of these on a head pin and make an earring from it. Obviously you need a pair of them, and those earrings are £20–30, maybe more, in my personal opinion. I'm not surprised, Phil, are you? It's the price you've taken it to. It's the price that we're allowed to take it to. I mean, it always defies logic to me. Always does. I've always thought it about green amethyst. It's such a beautiful gemstone, and yet we next to give it away, and I can never understand why. I'm glad for you. I'm really glad for you, because it's a fabulous looking gemstone. I mean, it looks far better in reality than it does on TV as well. It's a great thing. And this is the same kind of gem quality that if you were switching up and down channels, you'd be looking at ready-made jewellery on other channels, you know, and you can make your own for next to nothing. It's bonkers. Bonkers. $7.95. Yeah, I'm in touch with the youngsters, you see. I'm very hip and trendy. Leslie, well done on Merseyside. Jackie in Bristol. Philippa. Jane in France, well done. Julian Scott. Caroline even, should I say. Nikki. Loretto in County Tyrone. What about you? There you go. I'm doing my best Jim McDonald impression there. I do a tiara charm. Tiara, this one. Oh, thank you, my darling. Tiara charm. Oh, tiara charm. Say what you see, Derek. It's a tiara for something very small. Yes. Maybe you've just got some new Star Wars Lego and you wanted to put a tiara on one of the female characters. Has anyone seen the new Star Wars film? Don't tell me no spoiler alerts. I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen it, Katie? No. The last one, the last new one, which I forget the name of, Rogue One, thank you, Phil, I saw on New Year's Eve last year at the Trafford Centre of all places in Manchester. Because the shop shut earlier than it said on the website. So by the time we got there, the shops were shutting. So we thought, oh, we'll go to the cinema instead then. Oh. Now, how would you incorporate this into your jewellery? Would you make a charm out of it, Katie, or would you use that ring there at the top and...
I think I'd probably use it as a charm initially, but I'd maybe work it into... Did you see Rachel Norris's wirework fairy that she did?
Oh.
She would add it to a little fairy figurine or something like that made out of wirework.
Yes. Yes, you would. Yes, definitely. Beautiful. Isn't that lovely? £2.95. I'm trying to think of other ways you could use this as well. Could you back-to-back a couple of these, I suppose, could you?
I'd probably take the loop off the top and pop it on a head pin and wear it as a little funky hair clip.
Ah, yeah, that's a good idea.
Tiara.
Yeah, that is a good idea, actually. It might be a nice way of bringing together the ends of your shibori, maybe. Yeah. Because you could have the sort of you could have it sideways. Yeah. Couldn't you?
You could use it to like make a slide clasp. Pop your cords through it, or your kumihimo, and make like a little sliding clasp.
I've had another idea as well. You know that though, I'm not going to describe this very well, but you know that jewellery where you make a bracelet and then there's a chain leading to a ring? Yeah. You could almost have this at the top of the ring, couldn't you? And the chain could come out the top of it to the bracelet, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Can you picture what I'm talking about? Hello, Jane. She says, Bon ami. Oh, bon année. Oh, is that Happy New Year in French? Thank you. Merci beaucoup, I think. That's about as much French as I ever learned, I have to say. I did do a school trip to Les Touquets, but all I remember was getting in those... you cycled, but they were like little cars, but you cycled them along. I can't remember what they were called now. That's all I remember about the 2K. Oh, actually, I think that was the school trip where we nipped into Holland and I bought one of those pens that, you know... actually, I'm not sure if I bought it or it was one of my very, very naughty classmates bought one of those pens that, you know, when you turned it upside down. I'm not telling you anymore. Oh, that was a fun coach journey back. Endlessly just going with this pen. How naughty. How naughty. Can you see if you can find any of those in Prague? I mean, I don't want to be responsible for you being arrested at the airport on the way back, Phil, but see if you can find one of those pens. I bet they still sell them. Could you get one for the whole of the cute little Late Show team? Have you still got that VT in the library, Mike? Oh, it's not been deleted already. It's not been deleted already. No, it's still Christmas. Ooh, they're so bar humbug in the videotape library, aren't they? Anything to get a blank tape back, don't they? Right, we had carnelian earlier, didn't we? And remember we had that shaded carnelian, and actually, you know what? You could easily use the two together, couldn't you?
Yes, easily.
I would still go for these.
Yeah, I would go for the lighter tones in between.
These white opaly looking ones, and go in between the solid colour that you've got going on here. That is delicious. It's 10 to 8, everyone. Honestly. What's happening to time? It's just rushing along again, isn't it? As always. We sit here drawing away for hours and hours and hours, and before we know it, we're back on the motorway, Katie. Because Katie and I have roughly the same journey to do. We should have done it together today, in fact. Next time we will, because we both come from Yorkshire way. £10.95. £10.95 for that. That's brilliant. And again, this is one complete solid tone of colour in every one of the stones. There's very little variance in the colour. It's a nice, deep, rich colour as well. And I think orange is such a... I think we appreciate the colour orange at this time of year more over than almost any time else. I'm not saying that, Phil. The last time I made a comment about that person you were just talking about in my ear, leader of, you know, a certain you know, country, I got told off. It was on another channel, yeah. It was on a holiday that mentioned a stop off in a certain place where there's a certain building where someone now resides, and I said, oh well, you know, don't bother. Or by the time you go, there might be somebody else in there anyway. I got told off for being politically biased. I'm not sure it's anything to do with the politics, to be honest with you. I don't do politics on my show at all. Anyway, there you go. Lovely man, I'm sure. £10.95. Never my height. Never my height, Phil. £10.95. Must be a lot of hairspray, that's all I can say. And I'll say no more on the matter. And I apologise if anyone's offended. I wasn't being at all politically biased in any way, shape or form. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, Phil is so naughty. We've decided, the Late Show, well, Phil has decided that actually he's going to suggest to the Colin and the team that we make a new DVD of the talkback during a show. You know the bits you don't hear? The bits that you hear, that you don't hear, should I say? Well, sometimes you hear most of them through my mouth, actually. I clean some of them up, but you get the general gist of what they're talking about in there. But we've decided that one day, a DVD of the talkback might be good. Now, you can hear the talkback as well, can't you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yes. Now, Katie, because our guest designers can hear the talkback as well, sometimes just when they're demoing, and sometimes the whole show. And sometimes you don't know where to look, do you, Katie? You don't know where to look. Anyway, how about some chrome dioxide now? Now, I heard a rumour that actually we don't have a lot of chrome dioxide in the business right now. Is that right, Phil? I thought so. Because the supply of this gemstone is quite erratic, because it has a very, very small mining window, and therefore, and there's a lot of people after it, a lot of jewellery companies are now after it. And in the last few years, actually, if you've seen a slight restriction in the variety of gemstones we have to offer, it's partly because the Chinese market, as the Chinese have become more affluent, their disposable income is greater. They're starting to shop for different things. And they're actually shopping for a lot of coloured gemstones. And I always use the analogy, if China sneezes, we all catch the cold. But it means that if they fancy a gemstone, suddenly whew, it's all vacuumed out of the marketplace, and suddenly it becomes a bigger battle to get hold of it. And this is definitely one of those gemstones, let me tell you, which is why you don't see it in the high street. When was the last time you saw any chrome dioxide jewellery in the high street? Anyone? Anyone in the team? Because we're looking out for it, aren't we? We're constantly looking out for it. If we're in a jeweller's, or, you know, even when you're looking on the sites where people make and you can buy, if you want something handmade, you hardly ever see any, do you? It's amazing. Now, are we announcing another award after the break? We're going to announce another award. Very exciting. Another one of our fabulous... Are these the awards? This is the award for favourite gemstone, which I've accepted on behalf of Labradorite, who can't be here this evening, unfortunately, to accept the award. Where do we send this then? What happens to that? I don't know. Anyway, we'll do another award after this.
It's easy to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 65,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend $4.95 with us, you'll get a free welcome pack which contains everything you need to get started, including step-by-step project cards and a DVD which will give you the chance to be able to create an arrangement of different items of jewellery. You'll also get a manual which will help to familiarise you with all the items you're going to be creating and all the tools you're going to need to do so. Plus you'll also get a free pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier, so why not give it a go today?
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Buying with Jewellery Maker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our 30-day money-back guarantee.
Welcome back to your Saturday late show. Saturday, yes, Saturday, all day, fabulous. We've now got another one of our fabulous awards to award, which is brilliant. This time, it is our. Oh, in fact, actually, before I do that, of course, it has its big build-up. So get ready. We're about to present this. Do you know what? It's a proud moment. It's the Viewer's Non-Jewellery Piece Award. That's where you make something that isn't jewellery. Who will be the winner this year? Let's find out, shall we? And this is the award. So we're going to have somebody to send it to this time, yes? Okay. As opposed to sending it to Labradorite who couldn't be here. Oh, my word, look at that. Wow. This is stunning. You've got to see this. Come and have a little look at that, Leah. Look at this. It's Leanne Lake. Congratulations. And look what you have done as well. Here is a picture. Oh, lovely glittering graphic of your work. That is amazing. That is stunning, isn't it? Well, Leanne, congratulations. The glittering prize and award is on the way to you. That's brilliant, isn't it? I want to know more about that, don't you?
Yeah, I want to have a go.
Beautiful feathers at the back and... Well done, you. Congratulations, well done. Well, lots of love from all of the team, and that award will be with you. We're going to be awarding more awards, aren't we, tomorrow as well, because this happens right the way over the weekend, doesn't it? Which is great. Superb. Good work, everyone. Well done, and well done, Leanne, as well. That's lovely. Beautiful. Right, we're going to do some on and gons now. So this will be some very, very quick opportunities for you to take away some goodies at some silly, silly prices. Starting with, Phil... Oh, numbers. We're back to numbers again. We haven't done numbers in ages. Fantastic. We're going to start with some peacock pearls, and these are true peacock pearls as well in my eyes, because they've got that lovely, gorgeous, rich aubergine skin colour to them, but they still have lots of blues and greens coming out as well. This is lovely. 7 by 8mm round, 41cm strands. You've got, I would say, probably in excess of 40 plus pearls to play with. Again, I was in Gibraltar again just before Christmas. In fact, the week before Christmas, it was lovely. I was there, t-shirt and sunshine. It was great a week before Christmas, and I was looking again at the pearl earrings. Most affordable pair of pearl earrings I could find on duty-free Gibraltar, I kid you not, were around about £20 a pair. Could not find anything cheaper, and they were simply stud pearl earrings. One pearl, one tiny stud to go in your ear. That's it. And you're talking £20 a pair on duty-free Gibraltar. I know. Okay. So there's your whole strand of, what, 40 plus, maybe 50 or so pearls, and you've got them at £5.95. I mean, ridiculous. It's good, isn't it? It's like just an opportunity at the end of the year just to pick up some goodies. That's what On and Gone is all about. It's just about very, very quick opportunities. Jump in, grab them, run, and have a look at see, with a lot of pearls, it's not about the primary colours necessarily. It's about the secondary and the tertiary colours coming from them. Can you see all the golds and the greens and the blues? Like a true peacock's feather. You know, when you look at them, they are stunning, if you can ever get close enough to them. They just look amazing. Look at that. Well done. Well done. On and Gone. Next up. Aqua. Ooh, it's Gems of Distinction strand.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of the, for clarity, best quality aquamarine I think I've ever seen here. Okay. No, Phil. Okay, £9.95 is the regular price. Now, we've just had 4 days of doodah, haven't we? Clearance, sale, t-shirts and everything. £4.95. Okay. Well, listen, those people who just cannot resist, go for it. Start calling now. I'd be calling if I was from home on these. Because you know aquamarine that you find in the marketplace these days has no blue, has it? This has blue. Has no clarity. This has clarity. Beautiful. Closest, I would say, to gem quality aquamarine I've ever seen here at Jewellery Maker. It is a Gems of Distinction strand as well, which means that in terms of its quality, it has been specially selected. But I'm going to pop that there, Leah, and just let you just have a little wander. There are some that are clearer than others, I'll give you that, completely and utterly. You've got different shades, you've got different textures going on within that strand, but you've got plenty of those glacial stones. Oh my crikey! Oh, they're just running out. Iarbo, well done, I hope I've pronounced that correctly. In London, 3 of these straight to you. Julie and Scott have got 2, Sarah in Chess has got 2, Jane in France has got 2, and we've got loads on the web. And if you're not quick enough on the web, I'm afraid I'm going to be oversubscribed on those, so I'm going to leave those there. Ooh, look at that. Again, I'm going to put that in pretty much the same place, so you can just have a little look. Look at the depth of colour. I love the shape as well. It's almost like, you know that well-known chocolate sweet? Yeah, you know the ones, Phil. Yes, yes, Mike, well done. 10 points. Like a minstrel shape, aren't they? They're beautiful. Other chocolates are available, and don't I know it? I've been chopping my way through them for the last week. Oh, dearie me. I've had salted caramel liqueurs, I've had apple brandy round chocolate things, I've had, I've still got a chocolate orange, which is in the cupboard.
6 in our house at the moment.
Chocolate
6
oranges?
chocolate oranges.
Oh, I just love them though. The thing is, you can't crack one open without, because the best bit's the one in the middle, the last one, isn't it? £2.95, Phil. I know I'm just chatting over the washing line here, but what are you doing? What are you doing? It's Zambian amethyst as well. Zambian amethyst minstrels. Derek, you snitched on me. Oh, sorry, Sarah. Hubby didn't know I bought 2 aquamarine. Good job, he loves gems too. You're worth it, Sarah. You're worth it. Here's Leanne. Ah, she says, thank you. Leanne, this belongs to you, my darling. Well done, well done, well done. Can we have another little look at Leanne's design, Mike? Can we drag it? We'll bring it back in just a moment for you, because I think we should show off Leanne's proud work, and she's now the proud owner of this award, which I hope we are winging down to you. Oh, where are you? Oh, in Devon. Oh, lovely. Lovely Devon. I don't mind driving it down, do you know what I mean? For a nice sunny time in Devon, that would be nice. There's Leanne's work, everyone. That's beautiful. And the award was, let me just, Viewers Non-Jewellery Piece for 2017. Well done, Leanne, as well, because it was well deserved. It's beautiful, stunning. Everyone wants the method now, especially Katie. So, yeah, you might need to collude with Katie, I think, because I think she wants to know how. What do I need to do? I want to know, did you buy the shoes then decorate them, or did you make the shoes as well? Or is it a shoe that you've bought? Because you know what it looks like now, the way Leanne's decorated, it looks like, you know that well-known brand that even I shouldn't know, but the one that starts with an L? Yeah. You know the one I'm talking about. It looks like a pair of those, doesn't it? Maybe it started off as a pair of those, I don't know. Leanne, you can let us know, can't you? Because you're watching. Why am I asking? Leanne's there, she's watching. And here's Lena, Crazy Cat Lady, who says, well done, Leanne, it's amazing. It truly is as well, it's beautiful. Stunning. Well deserved. And here's Vicky as well. I got 12 chocolate oranges, Derek. I hate them. Pick them up on your way home. Oh, I think you're a bit closer, Katie, but you've got 6 already to chomp through, haven't you? Yeah. Race to the chocolate orange. They are gorgeous, though, aren't they? They are. The thing is, that's one of the very, very few chocolates that they haven't messed around with over the years.
No, it has stayed the same.
It has stayed the same. Right, what should we do next, Mr. Phil? Number 11, smoky quartz. Ah, I love smoky quartz. I love the fact that it's, it's wheels.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Phil says, do you fancy half price on smoky quartz wheels? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, please. Smoky quartz is a gemstone, honestly, that never gets the praise it deserves. It always gets sidelined one way or the other, and it's such a gorgeous stone to work with. I know it's mined in Scotland, but the quality of the smoky quartz that comes from Scotland isn't viable, isn't generally dark enough. Good evening, I've just been channel hopping and Derek is in 2 places at once. Oh, Caroline, it's 4 sometimes, I'm sorry. I am live here though. This is really me. Yep, it's really me. And it's really nearly 8:10 on Saturday night.
Can nip him.
Yeah. And I can't say that anywhere else right now. Anyway, you should stay here now you're here. We need you here now. I can sort out batteries for you later somewhere else, and then a cruise holiday somewhere else later. Thank you, Caroline. And Happy New Year to you as well. Yes, because that's around the corner, isn't it? In the old days when we used to write lots and lots of cheques, we don't really write them anymore, do we? I can't think of anything I really write a cheque for now. It's all electronic stuff, isn't it, really? Online banking and all that caper. Or I even paid for my coffee with my watch earlier. It's gone flat now, but because you can put your card details through, because it's one of those fancy ones, isn't it? And you can just touch the doodah with it, and that's it. I've just bought coffee with my wrist. What was I saying? Cheques. When we used to write cheques a lot, you'd just get used to writing 1 year, wouldn't you? Yeah. And then you'd move on to the next. Okay, Mike's... Well, I think the machine has... Mike's just asking what happens if you accidentally walk past a till and you end up buying something that you know nothing of. But I think it's only when the machine is primed and ready for payment that you take your watch right to the doodah. £4.95. There you go. So we have to educate Mike because he's only young. Got to teach him the ways of the world. Doesn't know about technology. Box 21. Oh, well, there were 20, Phil, until I put my big mitts in there. Now, apparently I've only got 2 now. The other 18 are in here somewhere. Forgive me, this is not so professional, but I'm just going to get them out with my finger. So, as we build this up, I'll let Leah show you what's there, and eventually there'll be 20. This is great, you know. Any media students watching, this is not the way television is presented. They only call me when there really is no one else that can do the show. I am the man beyond the end of the list. So please don't take this as any sort of, you know, lessons in how to do live telly. There you go, 19. And one more. Where did the amethyst come from, Phil? Because I've put that in there as well. That was in box 5. Let's put that back where it belongs. Oh, hang on. That's only 19. Well spotted. There's still one more. Oh, there it is. It bounced its own way on. There you go. I hope this was worth waiting for, Phil. Fabulous. There you go. There's that lovely picture that Mike took earlier with them all lined up. Very nice. Nice orderly row there, Mike. He's a bit of a perfectionist, Mike, you see. Likes everything in nice, neat rows. £2.95. That's good, isn't it? If you were buying the jump rings earlier and you bought some of the finer chains. In fact, actually, I wonder which wires would go through there. We haven't got any wire here, have we? All these drawers behind me that are just false. There's nothing in them. What do you reckon? Point 0.6. I think 0.6 as well. I think a 0.6 wire will go through there once. No problem whatsoever. And of course you could use those in your seed bead work as well, couldn't you? Because they are what, 2.5mm?
Yes.
Which is probably about the size of between a 6.0 and a...
I'd say about an 8.
Yeah.
Size 8.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a 6.0. I always get it the wrong way round. Because the bigger they are, the smaller the number. I know. If only I could remember that. It's okay when they're stood in front of you. Right, let's put those back in there carefully. Let's go for number 20 this time. Oh, it looks like Alice's mirror. Have we got the right thing, Phil? Yeah. It's like Alice's looking glass in miniature. It's a charm. You could, and it's got a connector loop at the top there. You could serralude onto that, couldn't you?
Yes, definitely. It would look great as a charm with the little tiara that we had earlier.
You could put your little Swarovski flatbacks onto those as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could
hot fix. I haven't done any hot fixing yet.
I've done it once, it's fun.
Yeah, that'd be good. I've serraluned a couple of times. As we know, my famous cerulean pendants, I mean, they're legendary. Flotsam and Jetsam. And the other one. They were good, weren't they, Leah? Who's Leanne? Leanne's our award winner. Yeah. That's Leah I'm talking to there. Whoa, I'm going slightly mad. I think the heating's on too high, that's why. £3.95. In sterling silver. That's cute, isn't it? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah, let's not be asking questions like that between Christmas and New Year. Where should we go next? Box 8. We're not going to like the answer, are we, quite frankly? We've just eaten our own body weight 3 times over in a week, so... Crikey, these are big, aren't they?
Wow.
Huge. Very, very nice indeed. What do you think? You got a whole big strand of these as well. Multicoloured jaspers. Some lovely colours in this strand as well. Look at that lovely green. Stunning, isn't it? Beautiful. You've got lovely sort of soft foxy browns in there, all sorts. Foxy brown. Does that exist? Have I just made that up? Might have done. Do you know what this would go really, really nicely with? Yellow tiger's eye.
Yes.
Small faceted rounds or lovely sort of, you know, the when we had the tourmaline nuggets earlier, if you get that kind of shape in a tiger's eye and then have some of these, although they are quite weighty, so I would say maybe you need to be a little sparing with these, maybe not a restrand because it would make quite a heavy weight piece, I think.
The one on the end there?
Yes, let's show you this one at the end. It's the one that's caught Katie's eye there. It's like a lovely sort of seafoam mottled marbled green. Beautiful! Right, now if £7.95 were the price for just that one on the end there, you wouldn't really complain that much, would you? But you're actually getting, on my strand here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I think 17. I may have to recount because my counting's not the greatest. Let's do it again, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I knew there was something wrong with my counting. 16 on my strand. And they are varying in colour as well. You've got some that are a lovely sort of light marble green, almost a jadeite colour actually. You've got some that are almost like mookaite colours, that lovely sort of dark toffee caramel kind of colour. There's all sorts going on, but they are big sizes and they are top drilled as well. Which means that you can, I mean, they're quite universal in what you can do with them. In fact, you can make just a large jump ring, couldn't you, to go through the top of that?
You can make a really simple pinch bail to just pop in the top
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You just make your triangle and just make a little pinch bail straight into the top.
Yeah.
Great for macrame in round as well, that like wire macrame maybe.
Yes.
Great for if you're just starting out with wire work, because you've got that angle to kind of hold your wire, rather than it being a smooth sort of domed cabochon.
Yeah.
Using that would be a good starting point to get a real grip with your wire around it as well.
Do you know what you've just reminded me of as well? Pre-Christmas, I did some kumihimo with Laura binding. Oh, that's a good memory for me. And she said the magic words in my ear, which were wire work kumihimo. I was thinking, really? And I've got my disc. So I'm thinking, soon I'm going to have a little go with that and see. Have you ever done kumihimo?
I've done kumihimo, not with wire though.
I want to know how that would turn out. I want to see. I want to have a little go.
It looks amazing.
Have you got any pictures? Have you got any pictures at home? Oh, here's Patty. Is that Patty?
Ah, yeah.
Who says, hi, Katie, Derek and JM crew. Waving hello, lovely pieces of great deals. Oh, it's our lovely Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Hello, darling. Do you know, looking from here up there, it looked like Potty. And I was like, really? It's Patty. Mwah. Merry Christmas, my darling. Lovely guest designer. And here's Deb. Is this our Deb? Oh, it's Deb. Is it Deb Briggs? Derek, I've seen your poinsettia on Facebook. I was just wondering if it's still alive. Also, how's your Venus? Ah, well, okay. Well, I've got both good news and bad news to tell you. The Venus, I'm afraid, I haven't got a picture of that, apart from the original healthy picture. Unfortunately, since then, the Venus has declined somewhat. I haven't yet broken the news to Joe Barclay-Logie. But yeah, it has, I'm afraid, declined. But the latest news on I'm just trying to find the latest picture of the poinsettia, which I took yesterday when it was snowing outside. Oh. And apart from losing a few leaves on the bottom, it's doing fine. And thank you to all of those lovely people who've sent me messages saying, don't let the cat get anywhere near it because they're poisonous to cats. It's fine, it's high up and my old man of a cat can't get anywhere near it. But yeah, so it's starting to do the wilt. But we're hoping it lasts till New Year at least. But you can never keep it. But as for the Venus, I'm afraid the Venus is now outside because it's slightly blackened Venus, unfortunately. No, it's not going to survive out there, Mike. But I think it had already had its day, quite frankly. Where are we now, Phil? 22. I don't know why. It wasn't me who put it outside, by the way. I think it was my other half who put it outside because there were lots of family coming, and it was maybe felt that it was letting the side down rather, in terms of, you know, looking quite black and very dead. But my pitcher plants, which are also carnivorous, are doing quite nicely, and I'm going to try again next year with a new Venus. Anyway, in the meantime, fly trap, I should say. In the meantime, it's time, yeah, New Year, new Venus. That's what I say. There will be one. Now, the last time I had this on air, there weren't any left. So this is either a different item number. How many are left, Phil? It is a different code. This is a different code because this is 2 carats of blue diamonds. Now, is that today's price, Phil? No. Okay. So I have to always be honest with you. I have seen a very similar strand, but on a different code, and we sold that code out. We've got 20 available of these, but these are gorgeous teal blue coloured diamonds. That's not today's price, by the way, 142.95. It's the kind of price bracket that it should sit in. Phil tells me for this code we are going to the lowest ever price tag tonight. Okay, he's just working out, he's crunching some numbers at the moment. He genuinely doesn't know how far he can go. Okay, that sounds pretty good to me, Phil. Sounds very good to me. The average clearance price for a strand like this tends to be around about the £130 I've seen. I have seen lower prices, depends on the event, depends on the sale, etc, etc, etc. But that's one of the lowest prices I think you'll find out there for anything like this. When you consider that those diamonds, and this is genuine blue diamond, when you consider that the largest size on these are 2x1, 2x1 might sound minuscule, you know, if you said most gemstones. 2x1 would be minuscule, would be microfaceted, would be, you know, tiny. But in terms of a diamond, oh my word, that's quite sizable. You know, if you think about most, I mean, the smallest diamonds on here, 1x1 millimetre, most diamonds that are set into cluster pieces tend to be 0.4, 0.3, 0.2 millimetre diamonds. If you think your smallest diamond on this strand is a 1x1 millimetre diamond, that's pretty sizable in the diamond world. I mean, I think personally, well, Katie, let's get your take on this first, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking. What would you be thinking of doing with something like this?
I'd be using it very sparingly. That colour is so intense, you're not going to need a lot of it actually to create quite an impact. I'd be probably popping it maybe a centimetre or so just into a little bracelet, maybe adding some to some pearls for some earrings, and keeping the rest, and then just working with them as commission pieces, really. Yeah, and see, this is where I might differ slightly, because I want to make one big spectacular cluster, and I want to use these almost in a seed bead like formation. I can see a nice big cocktail ring and just entirely filling it, just so you get the maximum satisfaction out of them. That's if you can ever bear to, you know, break the strand. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Would also look good as if you were thinking like a cluster ring. You can get the one with the ring bases that got the little loops on. Yes. And you just make all the little wrapped loops with the really fine head pins. You could make a beautiful cluster ring like that. That is delicious. We have plenty of people coming through for them, and we don't have a massive quantity at all. We never do on these strands. In fact, I believe as a business that, you know, as we move on, we will see less and less diamond opportunities. Some of this is what we'd refer to as aged stock in terms of the company, and always very limited. Always very limited. But this is some of your last opportunities. As I say, on other item codes, I've had complete sellouts for diamond strands, and they are delicious. The only treatment, by the way, that they've had is simply heat treatment. They are amazing, and of course, you know, generally that's how the colour is enhanced on coloured diamonds. Imagine the drop earrings you could make from those. Oh, yeah. Just split the strand in half, shortest at the top, longest at the bottom, maybe some rivers of some chain, possibly. No, actually not. Just keep them on a straight, just on the straight. I don't even know why I said it, Katie. I just fell out. As it fell out, I was thinking, no. I don't know what you're saying here, Derek. You're insane. They're diamonds. Yes, please, Phil. Yes. Let's do some London Blue Topaz. Oh, I love this. Now, we were going to do this as a star buy later. I've told you, I don't know how many times until I'm quite London blue in the face, that this is the most expensive variant of topaz there is that you can buy. And I'll tell you why in just a second, but we need to look at price first, because we are genuinely going to the lowest ever price tag, taking off every pound and every penny that we possibly can. Ooh, right, okay. Seriously, get ready for something ridiculous that you'll never see on this gemstone very often at all. One pendant on a simple strand of silver would get you back that $25.95 in a heartbeat, I have almost no doubt. I have to say, in my personal opinion, because it depends on the arena where you're selling it, etc, etc, but London Blue Topaz is the deepest, the darkest, the richest of all the topaz, and let me tell you why.
The process of turning a clear topaz to a London blue, the curing process to get that colour as dark as it is, can take up to 2 years. 2 years! Who's got that kind of patience in the gemstone world? Not many. So it commands massive price tags, but it's worth it. It's really worth it if you can get hold of it. Look at that colours. They're just adorable. It is ridiculous, and there are, on this strand, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces of London blue topaz, all gem quality, all worthy of a gold setting tomorrow. You know, I mean, if you're talking a sterling silver setting, even if you're talking a wire setting, you know, to make the centerpiece for a necklace here, you are talking about a considerable price tag. I think probably the entire strand price back from your first piece, in my opinion. If you actually did have the opportunity of setting this into gold in some way, connecting it to a gold chain or a necklace that you love, then you're instantly into, you know, 3-figure territory, aren't you? In my opinion. That is beautiful, and we've got so many people coming in for it. I'm not surprised. How many left, Phil? Where should it have been? £40? Okay, £41.95 to £25.95. Percentage-wise, that's quite some big leap down, isn't it, if you think about it? And again, with this kind of reduction, I almost want to apologise for bringing it onto your screens. You know, none of us are flush with money right now. We've just done Christmas, and, you know, we know how much the turkey costs, let alone anything else. You've spent lots of money over Christmas, but you've been making lots of gifts for people for Christmas, I'm going to guess, and now it's time to sort of replenish the stocks and the stash and get ready, you know, making some of that Christmas money back, maybe. Look at that! Just adorable. Just adorable.
And one pair of earrings, you've instantly made your money back.
Yeah.
Instantly, if that's probably the full price of the strand back. Absolutely.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
Oh, yes.
Let's get the blue diamonds back for a second. Let's put those together for a second and think about how well, if you wanted to combine your blue diamonds, imagine just 1 or 2 diamonds either side of one of those lovely drops on the London blue topaz. How does that uplift your price in terms of your piece that you've made? That's just awesome. And to see that there are, how many did I say, 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11 pieces of London blue topaz on my strand here. Top drilled perfectly, so it's nice and discreet. You know, whatever kind of threading, beading material that you're using, be it sterling silver wire or... Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, do you know, we did. We didn't even mention it though, did we? Yes, that's why. That's why. Phil's thought of a great excuse as to why we haven't trailed this before and promoted our biggest piece of the evening in terms of our offering to you. I've forgotten to show you. So let's just do it now then, shall we? It's time for this. Okay. Lucky people, it is time for your must-have. And it is your Prince of Wales chain tonight. Something I want you to take note of straight away is the gauge of the chain itself. Over in the details there you can see it's a 1.6mm gauge, which is really, really good. I mean, quite often with these sterling silver chains, they'll obviously go for the finer gauge because they're the most affordable. But I think actually it's been worth sort of upgrading that gauge there to 1.6 just to give you that extra bit of, you know, depth. Because this, to all intents and purposes, again, It's an RTWC, isn't it? It's a ready-to-wear collection piece. Don't need to do anything with it at all. You can simply offer that for sale or use it as a gift, or maybe you've got a larger pendant which is a little heavier, which you think some of the finer chains won't quite, you know, support without giving way. And of course, the Prince of Wales link is so intricate. There's so many links in it that are holding each other together that its strength is amazing. It's almost like, you know, I mean, not quite literally, don't take this literally, but it's almost the, you know, the difference between, you know, a piece of string and a tug of war rope. Do you know what I mean? There's a huge strength difference when you've got so many smaller links actually working together. Because to all intents and purposes, it's almost like a very, very tight chainmail, isn't it, that you've got going on here. Love it. Can you see how visible it is as well? Usually, you know, that's a reasonable distance the camera is away from us. And, you know, some of those little chains, you think, oh, is it there? Is it there? Do you know what I mean? With this one, you absolutely know it's... Or were. £7.95. How? Phil, how? We should have told you about this at 6 o'clock, I'm so sorry. But a nice surprise to come along now. We've got a good quantity of these, Phil, haven't we, as well? Oh, it's not as good as I thought. Must be one of the other ones I remembered. I thought we had nearly 300 of these, don't we? We'd have less than half of that. So we've less than 150 of these to go around. Oh my crikey, and they're going quickly. Again, note the gauge. It's a 1.6mm gauge. That's really, really, really key to this often. And I've been a few times for a previous company I worked with Colin. I've been to some of the trade shows in Italy where the jewellery designers and the chain manufacturers show off their wares and say, okay, here's what's new for this year. And, you know, because of the silver price and the exchange rates and da-da-da-da-da, things vary quite often. And often you get to a situation as a buyer, like we are as Jewellery Maker, often you get to a decision where you think, oh, I love the look of that, but, you know, the price it has to be on screen for our viewers, just, the two things don't add up. The price it would have to be for you would be unattractive, and therefore you'd walk away. You know, we would sell less of them, and, you know, again, it's just not commercially viable. So often what they'll do is they'll scale down. I'm probably telling tales out of the school here, but often they'll scale down the gauge. I mean, I've been to the Vicenza show in Italy, and I've seen the most spectacular necklaces that you would just die for. But if we were putting them on screen right now and you were looking at 4-figure price tags, you'd say, yeah, well, maybe if my numbers come up. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I haven't checked yet. I could be sat here a millionaire several times over and not know it.
Checked. I'm not.
Can't remember where I put the tickets though, so there you go. Anyway, can't talk about that anyway. Don't do that. Can't encourage you to do things like that. £7.95, well done everyone. Congratulations. I could be a millionaire. I'm not sure what I'd start though. Do you know what I mean? It just starts trouble, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? I could find ways to spend it, Leah. That's not the issue. I could spend it in a day. I'm sure. You know, you could spend it in a day, but it's all the you know, fuss that comes with it. I think I would tick the no publicity box. Although I don't know, because, you know, being on telly, you crave attention, don't you? That's what you say. I mean, at the end of the day, we are all attention seekers, aren't we, as television presenters, one way or the other? Although I'm not really. Aren't I very quiet and shy off camera? I'm like a little mouse, me. I am, Leah, honestly. Right, where are we going next? Carry on buying the chain, by the way, because that will go. We're only coming off it so that we don't get oversubscribed. Oh, I've seen this before. This is quite sweet, this. I don't think he would for £1 million, Phil. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo would clean your floors for £1 million. Do you think he would? No, I don't. I think he's got quite a few millions of his own. I don't think he'd say, oh, I tell you what, I'll go and clean... If Phil's offering £1 million to go and clean his floors, I'll do it for £1 million. Do you think he'd do that, Mike? No. So. No, I don't think he would. If you said, come and kick a ball in my garden for £1 million, I think he might say yes, but what would you do with £1 million? I mean, travel the world, Leah says. What would you do, Katie?
Travel, buy a beautiful home.
Nice. Where would you travel to first? Let's play fantasy with $1 million.
Canada.
To where?
Canada.
Canada. Whereabouts?
All the way straight across. I'd love to travel right across Canada.
Because you can do that lovely train journey, can't you?
Yeah, the train.
But you've got to do Alaska if you're going to do that as well, haven't you? Got to go and see all the glaciers and the whale watching and all of that. Just have people, you know, have people sort the... Anyway, have a little look at this. Sorry, we're chatting away like there's no tomorrow. And we've... Oh, actually, I've got that the wrong way around, haven't I? Because... Well, this is where being left-handed doesn't help. Ta-da! There we go. Little sterling silver apple. Now, it's got a space in the bottom, so if you wanted to, what you could do, you could fill that with cerulean, and you could put a little secret gemstone in there.
Yeah.
You could put one of your little blue diamonds in there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And that could be a charm for... You think about those very, very expensive charm manufacturers. I don't mean manufacturers, brands, you know what I mean? You know, when you queue up outside the door and all that caper. And I'm not knocking them at all. But they're ever so expensive, the charms, aren't they? And this, imagine if you ceruleaned in the hole there, and then put a couple of those little blue diamonds if you got them. How amazing. Or even your flat black Swarovskis, or, you know, anything you want to.
Chatons.
Oh, well, I'm glad it was you that said it. Oh, dearie me. I must apologise, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you've heard anything that may well be offensive. I hope the children are not watching. She said that word. I wonder what it means in English. We should just have the English word, shouldn't we? Don't say it again, Katie. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I'll have to write a report. What a thing to call them, though, honestly. Right, let's move on. Let's move on. Oh, I love it. It's a great word. I just don't like saying it. 6. I want this strand. I've got little rounds, and it's enough of my worries. And I've got little faceted rounds in tiger's eyes. A tiger's eye, should I say. But I think I need this strand in my life as well. Oh, by the way, the last time I was on, I think we had a strand of mookaite shards, and I got them out and I just arranged them on the table and said I'd get them home and glue them in together, sort of tessellate them and glue them onto a thing and then frame it. And I didn't get to take the strand home even though we split it, but I have bought it since, so I'm waiting for it to arrive at the moment. So that's still happening. Watch this space. Sally in Lincolnshire, hello Sally, Merry Christmas. She says, 1 million, family first, then the local dog rescue centre, then a craft retreat. Oh, good, I'm liking the priorities there. That's good. See, the thing with family, the only thing with family, there's an opening line to a massive discussion, isn't there? But is how do you divvy it up? And who do you, there'll be some that you will and some that you think, oh, I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean?
It's how far does
exactly, because you can't just say, right, okay, write down a list of everyone that's in the family, just divide my million equally but by that number and say there's a cheque for, well, there's a thing to write a cheque for, and there's a cheque for so-and-so, so-and-so. How do you do it? Because, you know, I'm an only child, so I don't have brothers and sisters, but let's say you've got 3 sisters, 2 that you really get on with and 1 who you can't stand the sight of and you never see. So if you give even 100,000 to, you know, each of the 2, but you give none to the 3rd one, then you've created something worse, haven't you? Or you've created an episode of Hollyoaks, haven't you? That's very extreme, Hollyoaks, isn't it?
How many children have they got?
Well, exactly, yeah. Exactly. And then it's who did send a Christmas card and who didn't send a Christmas card, and oh, da 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 da. And then some people might be offended by being given that amount of money, and oh, and there's people that appear out of the blue. All your exes come out of the woodwork and start, you know, writing letters and declaring their undying love. I couldn't be doing with it. It'd be too dramatic. I'd have to tick the no publicity box. £3.95. The thing is as well though, once you start spending it in your head, you suddenly think, well, $1 million's not enough really, is it? It's silly, isn't it? Like £1 million's a massive amount, but when you kind of think, oh, if I won £1 million, that would be amazing. You start listing the things you do straight away. You think, oh, there wouldn't be much of that £1 million left, actually, would there? Sally said, immediate family, my mum, my son, and my brother. Up to them what they do with it. Yeah, see, that's the other thing as well, isn't it? If you gave someone like, have you got brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Right. So if you gave your sister, right. So if you gave your, well, let's use boys because we're rubbish with money. So if you gave one of your brothers, let's say a quarter of your win, so £250,000, and it was like blown in a week in something silly, then you two might fall out for the fact that, well, you know, I'm telling you, you should have been sensible with it. You only had it once, da la 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 la, and that could, maybe I'm just overthinking these things. Maybe £1 million would just be nice. Yeah. You'd have to give some of it away to charity, though, wouldn't you? You'd have to. Absolutely. Yes, you would, Phil. Of course you would. £3.95. Yes, and animal charities are very, very good, I would say. Well, then you have that dilemma, don't you? Which charities are more important? Wow. If anyone's sitting there now and just won the lottery, well, one, they're not watching Jewellery Maker. I'm hoping, actually, because I'm probably making your life a nightmare right now. I'm giving it all back. I can't do it. Sorry, have your $1 million back. You just wouldn't sleep, would you? I know that in between knowing that I'd won it and it being in my bank account, I know I wouldn't sleep.
Oh, I wouldn't sleep at all.
No, I wouldn't sleep.
No.
I wouldn't sleep. And you would so max out your cards, wouldn't you? Oh, I'm not encouraging that in any way, shape or form at all, ever. Phil's just said he'd buy Jewellery Maker and promote Mike. You did say promote, didn't you? Yeah. Sure, that's what I heard. Oh, we haven't mentioned Katie's second kit, and we'll do that in a second. It's a Geisha Girl kit, actually, it's called, isn't it? We haven't got the jewellery here, actually, have we yet? It's having its photo taken right now. We've got blue agate for you now, banded agate. That's lovely. In the meantime, none of us are going to have that worry anyway. So I don't even know. Why do I bring that up? None of us are going to have that worry anyway, are we? Let me know how you get on if you ever have that dilemma. And don't employ me as your financial advisor, I'd say. Can you imagine? I'd say I'd just leave it in the bank if I was you. £4.95. You couldn't leave that sat in the bank though, could you? No. No. Not with the interest rate. Ooh, no. Definitely not. Get out there and spend it. £4.95. Have 2 weeks at Butlins instead of one. £4.95 for banded agate. I do apologise, I appear to have disappeared into a parallel universe. I'll be lucky if I've won £2.60. I'll let you know. Come and follow me on Facebook. I don't usually do shameless plugs, but I do need the followers because I think I've got about 3. Derek Marks TV presenter, that is what I laughingly call myself on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of that caper. Yes, don't know where that was going. I'll let you know if I have one. Louisa in Northamptonshire says, a friend's brother won $250,000 and didn't give any to my friend. They haven't spoken to. See, there you go, see? Oh, I tell you what, I did have a win before Christmas. A few friends and I went out for just a random night that we'd been meaning to do for ages, so I thought we'd do it at last. We went to bingo in York, like you do. There was 4 or 5 of us. I won. Oh, so embarrassing winning, isn't it?
I don't shout.
Oh,
I have to get my mum to shout for me.
And you're terrified, and everyone's looking at you. Lots of old people going, only wanted one. They did sound like that as well. And I won a grand total of £30. Hey, that's not bad. That's good. Well, the tickets were £16, the books of tickets, so that was it. I was up on the night, thank you very much. Very good. Can't encourage in that either, but it's very good. I enjoyed it. You do whatever you choose. Jane, well done. Graham in the West Midlands, well done. Collector in Lancashire. Mary in Argyllshire. Samina in the West Midlands. Sandra in Leicestershire, well done. Can we do number 10, Phil? Just because it attracts me beautifully. No, it attracts me beautiful. No. That doesn't make sense, does it? I'm attracted to it. That's what I meant.
Oh, I like
Little
that.
cubes. Little cubes of pyrite. We had the rose gold coloured pyrites earlier, didn't we? There we go, really nicely with these.
I love that with the first kit.
Yeah, with the bronzes and the golds and the sea beads. Beautiful. Phil's just giving us ideas for spending the money now. He's just thought about it. Nice sports car, I think we've decided on so far. And paying the mortgage off. No, not bra. Sports bra. Not going to do anything for you, Phil. 3mm pyrite cubes. And you've got a lot of them on this strand as well. You've got a lot of them on this strand. That's nice. Actually, it would make quite a nice gents bracelet, actually, because it's got a very sort of, you know, solid, angular kind of form to it. But again, yes, I like the idea, again, of teaming it up with the super duos and the bronze and the silver. What do they call them? Oh, Labrador. We had Labrador beads, were silver-coloured beads in the first kit. Oh, actually, would you shimmy over your second kit for me? Because I want you to have a little squiz at the kit that is coming up for you at 9 o'clock. This is a lovely combination, actually. Lovely sort of hematite colours, blacks. We've got more super duos coming, some lovely sort of pearly whites as well. So we've got Mayukis and super duos. Oh, super duo white luster. I've got some chalky white super duos and I love them.
They work beautifully.
I scrounged them from lovely Sarah Elvin and I love them. I use them in my wirework Christmas tree, actually. Very good. Very good. Liked that. So here are your pyrite cubes. £3.95. Good, isn't it? Very good. Here comes a message from Cassandra. Hello, Cassandra. My 1 million would take my 4 boys to see the Northern Lights, Disneyland Orlando, Japan and Zante, and a dog each because they've always wanted one. Oh, I like that. That's good. It's a nice travel plan as well. I'd do Japan because I thought about doing Japan for a long, long time. But you need quite a long run up, don't you, in terms of saving up and everything else. It's quite an expensive trip because it's very Japanese, Japan. And I'm not being rude or offensive by saying that, but everything in Japan is in Japanese. So you really do need to know what you are doing when you're in Japan because very few people speak English at all. So it's best to go on one of those escorted kind of tour things, isn't it? Unless you're really brave. Unless you're really, really brave. Oh, you could do a self-guided one, Leah said. Oh, Leah's done self-guided. Oh, and just get your train tickets and your hotel plans. And then you just figure it out along the way. You have to be quite brave to do that. Leah's quite brave when it comes to that. I'm not listening to you, Phil, at all. But it's true, Japan is very Japanese. You know where, when you go to France or where you go to Spain or whatever, you know there's a pretty good chance that someone's going to understand you and you can roughly work things out. And lots of things are in dual languages and whatever, but Japan, everything is Japanese. Anyway, I know what I meant. I meant no offence. Oh, Labradorite, our gemstone of the year 2017 and 16. And most likely 18 as well, I would imagine. Ooh, that's good. So to celebrate another year at the top, being our favourite gemstone, I always say this, it is JM's gemstone, isn't it, really? It's the one that we do so incredibly well. We've got a big collection of cabs coming up later as well. Is that the 1480 carat one? Oh, 900 and something. So it's different than the big one that we did as the deal of the day, which I remember. It was so memorable. 495 though, and you have, I don't know. I think they're a little more wheelie looking than rondelle looking. I think they've got quite sort of flat sides to them, where rondelles are usually slightly rounder, aren't they? Oh, I love this gemstone. I never get bored of it. Never, ever, ever. And I see it. I wonder how many times I've been on JM this year. quite a few. I might work it out later because it's very simple to work out. Louisa in Northampton says I'd buy loads of tubes of Mayuki sea beads, empty them out and do snow angels in them. Oh my word.
That would be fun.
I think actually you might need to employ somebody to open the tubes as well. I think you get pretty bored opening the tubes, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd have to definitely get
Or
somebody else to do
you
that.
get somebody to open the little tubes into big bowls so that you can just go whoosh.
Yeah, I'd want to... Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I like that idea. Although they'd be everywhere. You know, sometimes, you know, when you go to the beach and whatever, I don't need to, you know, draw pictures, but you know what I like? There would be seed beads everywhere, wouldn't there? You'd be finding them for weeks.
Although I spilled a whole tube of Delicas yesterday and I wasn't that happy about it.
Were they little ones?
Yeah, the 11s.
Ooh. On the floor?
Yeah.
Ooh. Fun. Fun. And you don't really want to vacuum them, do you? Because it's everything...
With a pair of tights over the end.
Oh. Yeah. That's a good idea. Yes, although I don't have that many pairs of tights since I gave up the act. That has never been before. You're looking on the internet. That was purely for entertainment only. Anna in New York says, Katie, you don't need $1 million to visit Canada. I invite you, and absolutely serious about it. How about to start in Toronto? Oh, get you, see?
Okay, I will see you in 2018 then.
Wow, fantastic. We've got another one which says, with £1 million, I'd have all the JM presenters over for dinner and we'd have some lovely beef brisket. Is that Mike? Is that Mike texting that in? Oh, that would only be Mike if it said, and a lovely country walk afterwards. If you had can I just say, if you had all of the, I don't know how many JM presenters there are at the moment, because I know we've got lots of people like me who are like fill-in people. So I don't know how many, and lovely Hannah's back soon, isn't she? From her maternity leave. She's back in early January. I think the 3rd or the 4th, I think, Hannah's back, which is fantastic. I might put these on Katie's beading mat, actually, if that's all right. And we'll have a little beef brisket. That's very, very specific, that, isn't it? Beef brisket. Very nice. We might have some vegetarians, though. I don't know. I'll ring round and ask. That'd be lovely. Actually, a collection of Jewellery Maker presenters. You know you wouldn't get a word in edgeways because we can't shut up. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we and I don't suppose it's ever happened that we have a gathering of all the JM presenters and all the JM guest designers. That would be one big ask. Yeah. We'd have to go off air, or we'd have to do the whole thing on telly. It's one or the other, really, isn't it? We'd have to turn this into a banqueting hall, wouldn't we, for a day? Yeah. We wouldn't all get in here, actually, I don't think, would we?
No.
Dearie me. Right now, can we see from the Dove from Above camera what we've got here is a lovely collection of gorgeous cabochons. Now, obviously, this is by carat weight, so the number may vary, the shapes and sizes may vary for you. And, of course, what you can do is when you... How many sets of these have we got, Phil? OK, so if there's anything that with your selection that you think, oh, not so keen, I doubt it's going to happen to anyone, but just know that you've got that money-back guarantee behind you. And they're simply sitting on Katie's beading mat there. I'm not whizzing them around, I'm not showing them to the light, I'm not changing their angle at all. Can you see how good the quality of everyone is? And that's why I wanted to do that, in fact. I'll just squidge that one into the view just so that you can see it. But, you know, again, sometimes you don't need to wave them around, you don't need to waggle them backwards and forwards and everything else. You can see the quality just by looking, and they are just Phil. Right, I'm not an actor, by the way. I never get offered panto because I'm not an actor. You see, I'm not an actor. I'm not one of these people that faints every time a price drops or makes a wet puddle on the floor or starts screaming hysterically. But no, not in this studio. No, the other channel. You know that one. But 1995. I remember when we did the 1500 carat deal of the day. So you would have got more pieces, obviously, in that deal of the day. And what I can't remember what the price of that was. Was it £100? No, it wasn't £100, was it? It was about 50, wasn't it? was about £50, wasn't it? And that's 1.5 times the carat weight of this. And yet this is only 20. 'Tis the season to be jolly, 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 jolly stacked up with labradorite cabs. And these are huge ones. If I just put a ruler in next to that, let's see if I can get... I'll put it on the other side. It's not a great ruler for reflections and whatever, this one. But if I just show you, you can just get an idea of the size of some of those pieces. I mean, they're not tiny by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, your variety, your selection of gemstones is going to be, you know, some will be... some people will have fewer larger stones, some people will have more smaller stones. It will be a variety. But if for any reason you don't like the selection that comes through for you, you've got the money back guarantee. You can either swap it for another one or swap it for a refund. Do you know what I mean? Of your $19.95. We want you to be happy many times, but that's great. I mean, how many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, yes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. So 15, so that's what? It's less than £2 each, isn't it? It'd be about £1, yeah, £1.33 each. Ish.
I sell a lot of labradorite cabochons, just wire wrapped, and my basic wrapped ones start about £25.
Quite right too. It's the work that goes into it as well, isn't it? Beautiful. We've got to take a break now. Honestly, I could sit here and talk to you forever. Should we stay on till midnight tonight? Be nice, wouldn't it, if we could, but we can't. We've got another hour though, which is brilliant. So stick around after the break. Katie's going to turn into a geisha girl. You've got to be here for that. See you back here in 3.
Buying with Jewellery Maker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs. Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Did you know, no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging. Select our standard delivery for just £2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for £4.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Welcome back, everyone. We're just wrestling with the set, aren't we, at the moment? Because it's the old set when we were down there. We had quite a bit of room between the desk and the furniture. Here, there's just about room. So you have to. I just got stuck to a cupboard doorknob, and there's no cupboard. That's the thing. It's all false and fake. But never mind. Anyway, enough of our problems. Welcome back to the late show here at Jewellery Maker, or good first thing in the morning if you're watching the rerun in the morning, because it's now 7 o'clock in the morning, isn't it? I've worked that out all for myself, so it's an hour to the morning show if you're watching on the repeat. There you go. But if you're watching with us live now, it's just gone 9 o'clock and it's time for our next kit. And this is going to be a barnstormer. Phil has just whispered in my ear that this is going to be a barnstorming price tag. It is 6 different types of seed beads for you, or 6 different lots of seed beads. This time we have got, let's start with the biggie, shall we? It's 6.0 Mayuki, oh, hang on. Shall I go through them first? Okay, we'll just go through them first then. So we've got the gunmetal 6.0s, and these are your Mayuki gunmetal 6.0s, a 20-gram tube of those. We've got your 11.0s, which are Mayuki black 11.0s. We've got your Mayuki opaque maroon 11.0s, which are these. That's very nice. That's quite a bright colour.
Red, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very, very red. I wouldn't say that was maroon. I would say that was sort of cranberry coloured, if anything. We've also got our... Also, there were the 15.0s I was just showing you there. Let me just show you. Here are the two. So we've got 11.0s, which are these here, I beg your pardon, and then we've got the 15.0s. So the 11.0s are the maroon, still not maroon to me, that's more of a true red, and opaque red is your 15.0s. Then we go to the Super Duos. This is really, really exciting because you've got a 22.5-gram tube of Super Duo jet black crystal beads, 2.5 by 5mm, and then super excitingly, you've got your Super Duo white luster beads, 2.5 by 5mm. They're going to go great if you've got already got the chalk white ones, which I've got, and they're brilliant. Right, okay. Say again the per tube price you're going to, Phil. Right. There you go. It's our last hurrah tonight, our second kit. That is ridiculous. That's now working out at £2.50 per tube of Mayuki seed beads. How many of these kits do we have, Phil? Right, we have less than 200 kits, but they are going quickly too. Oh my word, the screen is filling up really, really quickly. I love, do you know what, I think I might personally, because I love Super Duos so much, I might give you £14.95 just for those two tubes of Super Duos. They are beautiful, and they are the large tubes as well. You've got in the Super Duos, you've got 24 grams of the Super Duo white luster, 22.5 grams of the Super Duo jet black crystal. In the opaque maroons, which are the 11.0s, you've got a 23-gram tube. It's just madness. Even the 6.0s. Look, the 6.0s, you get a 20-gram tube of the 6.0s. Just brilliant. Absolutely phenomenal value for money for £14.95. I mean, if we were just saying 2 tubes of Super Duos and a tube of 6.0s, £14.95, you'd be very happy, wouldn't you? Be very, very happy. That's really good. Actually, do you know what? Ridiculous. I want this. If I was at home, I'd be buying this. I can't even remember what it's on my order now. In fact, I can. I'll have a look on my JM app, because this is not my phone, it's a figment of your imagination. But my last order, I'll have a little look at my last order. Oh, I'm looking at myself at the moment. That's a bit disconcerting. Turn the video off. Where can you see your orders? Basket. Where are we? Where do you see your orders? Where is it? Go online to see yes, you do, don't you? Yes, that's right. Yes, to see your previous. But I've got loads of things that I'm waiting for on my order, and I love them. And lots of seed beads. And when there was a little opportunity just before Christmas with Lucy to buy individual tubes of seed beads, I was like, add to basket ×2. Ah, brilliant. Love it. Love it. In fact, I can't even remember. It's going to be like Christmas all over again when that delivery arrives. Cannot wait. And actually, I wouldn't have had time to open it over Christmas anyway, because it's been so busy. Again, how many have gone? Oh, my word. we're approaching half of the entire stock. I'm not surprised. In fact, let me just line them up in size order again. So, and then I'll talk you through them all again, and then we will see a demo. I promise, we will see a demo. Absolutely promise you. So we'll start at this end with the biggies, and they are your 6Os. They're your gunmetal 6Os, 20-gram tubes of those, and then you've got your 2 tubes of super duos. You've got your white luster super duos, 24 grams. Love one, please. Of your white luster beads, 2.5 by 5mm, and then you've got your super duo jet black crystal beads, 2.5 by 5mm, 22.5 grams of those. Then you've got your 11Os, which are your Miyuki opaque maroon. Now we're going to take issue with maroon. That may be what I don't know if that's what Miyuki call them or not, but they are much more of a almost like a peachy red, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got that slight orange to them, haven't they?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Certainly, I wouldn't say maroon. I think maroon would lead your brain into a much darker colour, but that's a really vibrant colour. So you've got a big tube of those in the 11Os, and it is a 23-gram tube. In your opaque red, in your 15Os, you've got an 8.2-gram tube, and of course, you know, you only need smaller tubes because they're smaller seed beads, of course, so you get just as much value out of them. And again, we've got the Miyuki black seed beads, and these are 11Os, so I've gone out of order here, sorry. They're 11Os, and you're getting an 8.5-gram tube of 11Os. They're working out at £2.50 per tube of seed beads. Let me put the colours together. They're amazing. That's just awesome, I have to say. The fact that there's 2 lots of super duos are brilliant. I love those 6Os as well, because they're like... they're called gunmetal, but they're like, what's that stone? Hematite. Yes, hematite. And so actually, if you can't wear hematite, because hematite is magnetic, and they say to people who have pacemakers, for instance, you can't wear hematite jewellery because it's magnetic, etc., etc. And of course, where you wear a pendant, it's pretty close to the heart. You don't really want that interfering with the old pacemaker if you've got one. Then this would be an excellent alternative, because you know it's glass, isn't it? It's coated glass in essence, isn't it? Which is brilliant. And again, what you can do with your 6Os, they are brilliant. Half the stock has gone. I'm not surprised. Now, sorry, I could go on about these all night because I love seed beads, and I know seed beads not everyone's cup of tea. I get that completely. What I would say though, because I was never anti-seed beads, but I was a little bit kind of, oh, fiddly little beads, I don't think I'd have the patience for that. And I think a lot of people are like that.
Exactly the same. I've only been playing with seed beads for just over a year.
Yeah.
And I was totally, no, don't give me them tiny beads.
Yeah, we had this conversation before, didn't we? Because, and I know I've had this conversation with a lot of the guest designers that are like, you know, or when they first got them in, they sent me a kit of them. I was thinking, oh, really? Do I have to? And actually, it's only when they got started and you know, started playing and experimenting with them that they thought, actually, do you know what? Sometimes the thought and the reality are 2 different things. Here is Toria. Hello, Toria. Wow, what a fantastic kit. Love your jewellery, Katie. You are a star. That's where we're moving to next, actually, to see that jewellery that Katie has made with this kit. Because the colours might lead your mind down a certain avenue, and also the name of the kit might lead you down a certain route as well. But look at that. Angelique says, hello, Derek. Lovely to see you on JM. Hiya, Katie and JM team. Hope you all have a great new year. Can't wait for your demo, Katie. Love your work, says Susie. Thank you, Susie. Bless you.
Thank you.
They are amazing pieces. I love that tubular piece, the bracelet. I was kind
of thinking about the koi fish scales.
Oh yes.
With the colour of the white luster beads.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Actually, it's very serene, isn't it? Will you just try that on for us for a second, Katie? That bracelet.
The bracelet.
Yeah, because I want to see it in situ.
Yeah, it's a bangle as well.
Ah, so you just roll it on?
Yeah.
Look at that. That really is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. And you've made it without a clasp.
Yeah, you just make it to that width there, the width of your hand close together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And is that peyote? Am I being... or is that...
I don't know what
is it a tube? Is it like a tubular?
It's just stacking them all up on top. I'll do it in a demo at some point. It's really, really simple, but I thought it'd be a bit of a too quick a demo to... Yeah. It does take a while to make, but the actual technique just takes a few seconds to learn.
Do you want to know? If you do, text in. Text in. In the meantime, we are going to You made a lovely ring as well, actually. Shall we have a little look at that ring that you've made over there? Because that is, again, beautiful. Let's just bring it out of the shadows. There we go. Look at that. That's really clever, actually. Really, really nice. You'd never almost know from looking, you know, because obviously our cameras look at the jewellery like this. But when we're looking at jewellery, if you're wearing a ring, it's head to hand, isn't it? But you would never know that that was Super Duos almost, would you?
I actually made napkin rings like that, just made them bigger.
Can I try that?
Yeah, of course you can.
I think that's lovely. I think it's such a nice design, isn't it? Okay, so obviously it's not my size, it's made a smaller size, but I'll just pop it halfway down my finger there. But if you're looking head to hand at a design like that...
It's got quite a profile, is it?
Yeah, it's quite nice and raised without being, you know, onerous. It's all nice and smooth, but you'd almost never know that was Super Duos. It's got a lot of strength as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite rigid.
You don't quite imagine that it's going to be that strong. Anyway, sorry, Katie. Sorry, Susie and everyone who wants to see a demo. $14.95. The kit will be sold out by the end of the demo, by the way, so if you want it, you know what to do. Over to you, my darling.
OK, so we're going to make this little flower motif.
That's gorgeous. Let me show you that, Leah. Here's where we're going. Nice. I love making things like this. Love them. They are just beautiful.
It's a bit similar to what we made earlier, but it's just playing around with the different shapes and
sizes.
No,
but it's nice to watch. I'm going to watch this demo.
Working out what you can do with them. So, again, we're starting with the Super Duos, but this time I've got a size 11 between each one, and there are 5 of each. So, I had a Super Duo 11, Super Duo 11, so you've got 5 of each. OK, and then we're just going to do exactly what we did before, taking them down and leaving a tail. So, taking them all the way down, leaving a tail, and then coming all the way back through all your beads again, just to form a loop, like so. So once you've formed your loop, leave your tail at the bottom there. It's not behaving itself.
It's always the first bit.
Yeah.
Always the first bit.
Always that bit.
We've got a bit of kinky fire line going on.
Yep. There we go. And then we're just going to do exactly as we did before. So we've made a loop, and we're just going to tie overhand knot, just a really basic knot, just to bring them all together so we get that nice little star shape. I'm just going to do that again just to make sure that's nice and secure. And just when you pull this down the second time, just make sure that your knot is going into where your first knot has gone and not across. So I did that a few times, and then I started beading and then realised I had a piece of thread across the middle there.
I think that's what I did in the first demo, you know. You know, when I was making along.
Yeah.
I think that's where but there you go.
So, and again, we're just going to pop it through that next Super Duo.
It's easy to undo your seed beading anyway, isn't it, if you do get it wrong?
Yeah. Just don't be scared of getting things wrong, because that's how you try new things and work out what works for you as well.
I spent more time getting halfway through and then going right the way back to the beginning than anything, because you do learn. The next time around you go with fresh eyes and you go, right, this time it's going to work.
Yeah, so again we're just going to nip up to the top of that Super Duo. Okay, so in through that top one, and this time we're going to add a black size 11, 2 duos, and another black. And you kind of think at first that's not going to fit in there.
Oh, yeah, I've been here before. Yeah. It's great though.
And then you're just going to go through the next top hole of the next Super Duo, and those are going to sit in there nicely and make a new shape for you. They always remind me of kind of ears of corn or something when they're like that. And we're going to go around adding this to each of these sections.
And this is the great thing about the Super Duos, because you can actually carry on, you know, once you've done the infilling, you know, you don't have to stop at this kind of size that Katie's making right now.
On and on.
You can just go on and on and on, just keep going out and out and out. I think that's the most exciting thing about using Super Duos, actually, is that you might have a specific design in mind, but I think once you start it, then your imagination kind of kicks in and takes over, and just the whole joy of doing it.
I love it when you get kits like this, because you can mix up your colours as you go as well. Because you've got a lot of, you've got two different coloured Super Duos and 2 different coloured of your 11, so you can mix up and change it slightly as you go.
And you've always
again, not added one.
Sorry,
it's all right.
That's me gassing away, isn't
talking.
it? It's always, I think, a case as well. Whenever a new kit arrives, especially if it has Super Duos in it, you'll already have 11s or 15s that are other colours that you're thinking they'll go straight into that. Yeah. That's what I'll do with that half pot of 15s of a completely different colour that you just happen to love. Okay, so I'm adding my last section there, and I'm coming through this the little black section that we added, and I've come through the 11 and 1 super duo, and then I'm going to skip up to the top of that super duo. So I've got them all in there, and we're just going to skip up to the top, like so. Now in between all the gaps that have the white underneath it, we're going to add an 11, a 6, an 11, and in between all the gaps that are just in between super duos, we're just going to add an 11. So I'm going to go with the red ones, so red, 6, 11, 6, 11, and add this one in here, and then in between this little gap we're just going to add 1 11. I'm going to carry on like that all the way around. And that has to be an 11, doesn't it? Because the 15s would go through the centre of the 6s, wouldn't they? They'd probably fall through the gap. Yeah. As you probably found out while you were practicing. Yeah, it's all trial and error. Yeah. I always do that. And sometimes it is actually handy if they do go in the middle on some designs, because it kind of stabilises the bead on your thread as well. So don't be scared of trying things like that just to stabilise if you're using a larger bead. Okay, and we're just going to work all the way around doing the same thing. So what seed beading is quite repetitive. That's why I think I find it quite relaxing, because it's because once you get into the rhythm, isn't it? Once you've done it, it's just the same thing. And for me, no disrespect to anybody that does any other kind of craft, because I'm often over at our sister channel, the Sewing Quarter, as well. But I can knit, and my nan taught me to knit when I was a little boy, but it's just not something that I ever fancied going back to. And that is quite repetitive in the same way. I don't know why, there's just something captivating about beading. I don't know why. And it's not even beading, really. This seed beading is completely different to beading, isn't it? Yeah, there's so many different areas for it. Okay, so we've come all the way around. And what we're going to do is we're going to work through this outer edge a little bit, just to give it a little bit more strength. I'd probably go all the way around. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come out at... What you want to do is finish and come out just before, I'll show it to this camera here, just before one of your number 6s. Okay, so this is where you want your thread to be coming out of. Okay, and from there you're going to add 6 of your 15s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to skip over your size 6 bead. And that's going to pop that little kind of flower design around the edge there, so that's going to sit really nicely around there and pop that little bump on it, and then you're just going to work round to your next size 6 and add another 6 of your 15s. I don't want to go my needle. 6, and then through your beads, and then work your way all the way around until you've got a little bump of 15s on all there. Which will become... Ta-da! This one here. That's just delicious, isn't it? I love the spacing as well, actually, because sometimes with seed beading, I don't know if I show you that like that for a second, Leah. I'm just going to hold the tails for a second. Often with seed beading, everything's very, very terribly close together, isn't it? The finished result is, they're literally butted up against each other. I like the spacing in this, the fact that you can see through, and yet you can't see, obviously, the holes in the super duos or anything like that. It's really, really nice. And just play around with shapes like that, because they'll make everything, won't they? They'll make a myriad of different bits and pieces, won't they? Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you how I've finished off for the earrings. Yeah. It's the same design for the earrings and the necklace, and it's just finding a way to connect one to the other with the necklace. So what we do is we come out of the single seed bead that we've added at this side. So we'll turn that around the other way. So we're coming out, so we're on the inside. So this is going to be the top of our earring here. And we've come out of this red size 11. Yeah. Okay, I think I used black, yeah. So we're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the black size 11s. Then we're going to add 1 of the red size 11s. Yeah. And then I'm going to add 6, 1,
of the 15s in the red, so 6, okay, let them drop down. What we're going to do is we're going to make a little loop on the top, okay, so we're going to miss these size 15s, okay, and we come back down through the single red 11, okay, and then just bring this down and let it all come together. And that's going to give you a little loop on the top there, and just make sure everything's coming down and is nice and tight and as neat as possible. It will tighten up again in a second. Obviously I'm trying to show you here, so it'd be easier to kind of hold it up to your face like I'm normally beading up here somewhere. Yeah. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add this other side. So this is where your earring finding is going to go through here, just that little loop there.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm going to add the other side, which is 6 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more black. And because we've come out on the inside of this red seed bead, we're going to come inside on this side. So inside there, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through that super duo, and hopefully when it all pulls together, you can see we've got that nice little loop on the top there. Yep. And then what I would do is I'd work all the way around and then just go around that, just following your bead path, just find yourself a bead path and then work your way back to the centre and tie. But that is just the needle following around. So just to strengthen this, because this is where any wear and tear is going to happen, is right at the tip there. And again, I've added an even amount of seed beads so that our earring finder is going to sit in between those two top seed beads, and it's going to sit evenly.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Now, can I just remind you of what's in this kit, and would you very kindly set up a demo for a bit of that bracelet? Just purely for my, because I really want to see how to do that.
Just do it on a short.
And I love super duos. Oh good, lots of you want to as well, which is brilliant. It's not just me. Yes, brilliant. Let's go through all the seed beads that we've got then in this kit. I'll go in size order for you. They're working out at less than £2.50 per tube of seed beads. So you've got your 60 gunmetal Miyuki seed beads. You've got your super duos, 2 sets of super duos. You've got your jet black crystal and your white luster beads. 2 sets of 11Os as well. In fact, actually, let's go right back to the beginning, because then I can go through quantities for you as well, because you're not seeing the tubes here either. So you've got your 20 grams of Miyuki gunmetal 6Os, then your 2 tubes of your super duos, and you've got 22.5 grams of your super duo jet black crystal, 2.5 by 5mm, your 24 grams of super duo white luster beads, and then we go to the 11Os, and you've got your opaque maroon 11Os, which are 23 grams of, which we think is definitely more of an orangey red than a maroon, to be honest with you. And then in your black 11Os, you have got 8.5 grams of your Miyuki black seed beads, 11Os, and the 15s that we've just been using with Katie there as well are your opaque red seed beads, 15Os. You're getting 8.25 grams of those. 3/4 of a big stock has already sold out. So let me congratulate lots of you. In fact, the names on my little gadget here get smaller and smaller and smaller the more that there are, but they've got lots of them, and there's hardly any in baskets, which is great news. Fantastic, thank you for that. You don't want to miss out on this, because it's lovely colours that you can use universally. It's a nice range of sizes. With your super duos, you'll work with your 11s and 15s and 6s and 8s that you've already got in other colours from other kits, I'm sure, but this is really lovely. So don't let the name of the kit limit your imagination on this one, because this is just a brilliant resource. 6 brilliant tubes of seed beads at less than £2.50 each, and each one of the 6, every one of the 6 seed bead sets, tubes, they're all Miyuki, so they're all Japanese. So we're going back to Japan speak again now. The great thing about buying Japanese seed beads is that they are exacting, because that's what Japan is. It's very ordered, it's very exacting, it's very detailed, it's very, it's brilliant. So we do get the best quality seed beads from Japan. The Miyuki seed beads are by far superior. I have bought, I've told you before, when I started in October, November, seed beading, I went out and bought some cheap and nasty seed beads that were like 75p for a little tube, and they were 75p's worth, let me tell you, because some were broken, they were all different colours, they weren't the same sizes, some were short, some were small, some were fat, some were thin, and they were meant to all look the same. And they didn't. And you know what? The pieces that I made from them, I wouldn't show you ever, because they were just shameful and awful, and all you could see was thread, and it looked like an old string vest by the time you'd finished with it. When you're using exacting Miyuki seed beads, I'm not saying this for any loaded reason other than I've tried both. It's as simple as that. You can go out and you can buy cheap and, I call them cheap and nasty, you can call them whatever you like, value, budget, whatever. But you will get what you pay for. It's as simple as that. These seed beads are just adorable. Most of the stock allocated now. Good luck. And we'll have a very, very quick demo, shall we, of this, of how we create the bracelet.
Yeah, I've started it off just because it's one of those that you kind of need to pick up and...
Yeah, the fiddly first line.
So you're not going to see a right lot at first until it builds up a little bit.
Okay.
So I've added a stop bead, which is just going through a bead a couple of times. You would leave a longer thread, but I just picked up a bit of thread that I had.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you can imagine, my bead, beading thread has gone up and down and up and down, and now it's coming back up.
Right, yeah.
So, and what I want to do is I want to get a row where I've got actually 6 beads.
Right.
So I've got 4 there. So this is coming back up. It's one of these that you're not really going to be able to see much because I kind of have to hold it.
Yeah.
Okay. And just keep giving it a pull and tighten it all up together.
So you're literally just busting them up to each other.
Adding another one. Let it drop down and then back down through it. So now I've got 5.
So up one hole, down the other.
Let it drop down and back up through the opposite hole. Okay, and just pull them all together. Yeah, just pull that together just so it's sitting. Give it a good tug. So it's sat, so they're sat like this. Okay.
Yep.
Now what you'll find is if you bring them around, they will make a little tube. So this might be a bit difficult to see.
So you're literally coming back...
literally folding it around and then coming up through, you'll see it fits together like a little jigsaw. And
so do you make it one row at a time?
Yeah, one row at a time, and you're changing direction all the time. So that's your first 2 rows done. Okay, so you'll find if I turn that way, you'll always have 3 when you finish. You'll always have 3 sat next to each other in a row. Okay, so now we don't want our seed beads to sit directly on top of each other. It's like a brickwork. Okay, so we're going to add a seed bead. I'll try and do this because it is quite a tiny piece to hold at the moment. And let it drop down, and then we want to come through the seed bead and this seed bead next to it.
Right. Yeah? Yes.
Yeah, but we're just coming through that one seed bead. So I'll just have to grab it all to pull it all together. So that one's sat on top now, and then we're going to come, that seed bead that we just came through there, we're going to come up through here. Should have done it in the black, really, shouldn't I?
No, it's all right. Both would have been just as difficult, I think.
Yeah. So then we're just going to add another seed bead. So it's adding 3 seed beads to each layer at a time, going through the other side of that one, and then the next seed bead along, and then pull through, and then you're going to come back up this seed bead here, which is in your 2nd row. Okay, pull it tight.
So you are then working your way in a circular...
In a circle, and then once I've put this on, we'll change direction as well.
Right.
Okay, so that's the last one we're adding. So we're coming down this seed bead, and then we're going to come up 2, so that's you stepping up to the next row. So up those 2 there.
Okay.
Okay, so we had been working around in a clockwise direction.
Yeah.
So now we're going to turn and work in a anti-clockwise direction. Okay.
And let's just see.
I'll add a black one so you can
go on.
Yes. Okay, so
then we'll show you the finished.
Drop that down, and you'll see. Just get it to lay in the right direction. So can just turn that around.
Yeah.
And then pop your needle through, and we're just going down one level at a time. Okay, so I'll get this row in, and you'll be able to see the difference in the rows a lot better.
Yeah.
So it's just up and down one row. Just remember to drop your seed bead down, let it fall into place, and back down to the next row, and then back up again.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to describe to someone almost, isn't it?
If I'd made a piece, it would be easy if I could hold it properly so you could be able to see it.
Sorry, we've got you on the spot, haven't we?
At the beginning, it is quite a fiddly thing to hold.
Was this an established method, or was this one that you...
I'd done it before quite a while ago. I'd made quite a few bangles for myself. But, and I just thought, once I saw the geisha girl, and I thought, oh, with the koi carve. Yeah. I thought it looks nice with the colours that we've got as well. So that's what it will look like on top every time.
Fabulous. Actually, we'll just have a quick look at that, and then we'll have a look at the finished.
In the white, that's exactly what the row underneath looked like. And then you add, so you're adding 3 at a time, but then they're going to be in like the opposite position in between each time. So like
okay, yes, it's almost like a triangle every time you're adding.
And you just build that up. And for that bracelet, it did work out perfectly for my size. I did 12 rows of the white and then 2 black. And it worked out perfect. I can't remember exactly how many. I think it was about 7 sections.
And would you use all of your super duos? Because obviously you get sent 2 samples, don't you?
All of my white super duos, apart from I've already made the necklace and the earrings, so I did have a few left.
Very good. Lovely, thank you, Katie. That kit is completely and utterly, oh my word, so popular. I'm not surprised when you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tubes of seed beads available for you right now, which include, a tube of 6Os, 2 tubes of super duos, and some amazing colours there. They're working out less than £2.50 per seed bead tube. That's ridiculous at £14.95. We've got quite a few in baskets. I never nag, but that's such a good price. That's such a good price. Be quick, be quick, be quick. It's time for another one of these. I like that bracelet design idea. I like that bracelet design idea an awful lot. Love working with super duos. Carry on adding that to your basket, but we've only got 25 minutes or so, or even less than that actually, until, well, it depends on when you're watching. If you're watching tonight, it'll be a rerun of this morning, and if you're watching this morning, the late show is in 25 minutes time. There you go. I can't remember who it is this morning actually, or tomorrow morning, depending on when you're watching. How about huge jadeite rounds now? That's probably some of the largest I've ever seen.
Yes.
13mm round. Oh, I see. The reason why Phil has chosen these is because he is able to offer you a clearance opportunity. How many do we have, Phil? Okay, less than 20 chances. Never been this low before. I'm going to count up the beads for you in just a second, but I'll be grabbing them first, to be honest with you, because by the time I finish counting, they might be sold out. That's the lowest ever price tag, £34.95. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. I've got 31 on my strand, and that's bonkers. When you think about them being $34.95, as opposed to what was that other price, Phil, that you showed us? $42.95. So they've never been here to $34.95. That's akin to a clearance opportunity. Wow, you'd pay that for much smaller rounds, wouldn't you? Much smaller rounds. These are some of the biggest I've seen. I mean, even where's the microphone? I can do it there. You can see over there. That's huge.
Anybody who's got the other sizes of the jadeite and you want to make a graduated necklace, just 3 of those for the centre. Amazing.
Even 1 of those for the centre would be a real treat, wouldn't it? Love them. Lovely, lovely colours. And of course, because we buy all of our jadeite from the same supply, that a lot of your strands will colour match just beautifully. And you know that there are always various shades in your jadeite strands. So whether you've got a 6mm round or an 8mm round or a 10mm round, they are going to, oh my word, They are going to key in really nicely with those. Well done. Tina, Brenda, Collector in Gloucestershire, Fiona, Gabby, well done. Other people coming through as well on the phone lines, 0800 644 655. Remember, it's a free phone number. You can go as many times as you like between midnight and midnight, and your postage is still only one lot of £2.95. Which is brilliant, really, isn't it? That's why when I before Christmas, when I had a day of basket filling, I filled it to the brim. Let me tell you.
I love those days.
I'm going to make them work for that £2.95. Let me tell you, I'm going to make that £2.95 postage go every step of the way. Because you know what it's like. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you were sending gifts, you know, to friends and family over Christmas. When you go in with your parcel and you pop it on, they say, pop it on the scales for us, and you think, you take a deep breath, don't you, thinking, right, can I go for first class, or shall I ask for second class first? And then you always completely and utterly, don't you? You always sort of think, to send the smallest thing, you know, can cost you an awful lot, especially if it's weighty. And this, you know, obviously being 13mm rounds of solid gemstone, they're quite weighty. I don't think I could pop these on the post office scales and get away with £2.95 as a postage at all. Phenomenal, well done. Another one, Phil. Another one. Another one. Already. Another one of these. Oh, no. Oh, I thought you said another one. Oh, sorry. I thought you said another star buy. I was waiting for Mike to press his button. Oh, OK, boxes again. Oh, my God. He had it ready as well, Phil. He had it ready. Oh, we've done all the star buys we're going to do tonight. But, oh, hello. Yeah, I can see what you mean now, Phil. This is very much like a star buy. It's very much like your own collection of canary yellow diamonds. My word, look at that. Do you know the gemstone sphene? Looks an awful lot like sphene, but you can't get sphene of this kind of quality these days. It's Swarovski cup chain. 27004. Makes it sound like a prisoner when you've got numbers on them, doesn't it? It's light topaz, it's called. Rhodium brushed, and you've got 1/2 metre. Say again, Phil. Look at... look at this. Look at this. Oh, my word. That's amazing. That's your £10,000 yellow diamond necklace look, isn't it? For 10 quid? No way. These cup chains never go to that kind of price, do they? I don't think I've ever seen a cup chain of 50 centimetres, 1/2 metre, isn't it? Yeah. 50 centimetres. Oh, man. Oh, that's good. I would get, I don't know what that meant, sorry. I'd get that to make my Christmas decorations, you know, for the tree next year. Imagine when your twinkly white lights on your Christmas tree are going to be hitting Swarovski crystal that's bouncing back all of that colour. Jewellery-wise, what would you be thinking?
I've seen, I think it was Claire, she wire wraps it into, like channel set it into a bracelet. It looked amazing. Yum, yum.
Beautiful. That's, and again, because you can have custom lengths of this as well, can't you? You can get in there.
Used it with cords and wrapped
it
with cords. It's fantastic.
That's beautiful.
And you can separate them all out as well.
And you know, even though Swarovski crystals are simulated diamonds, obviously, so you simulate the best. You know, some simulated diamonds you think, oh, pipe down, would you? They shout too loud, you just mean they're too glaring, and they're too obviously. You just look at them straight away and you just go, oh, fake, and a bad fake at that. You do though, don't you? When you look at these, it's a sophisticated sparkle. It's a genuine sparkle as well. Do you know what I mean? It would be the same kind of sparkle you would expect from the real deal itself, from that real deal canary yellow diamond. I love it. I love it. It's really rich. It's really golden. It's really alive. 1/2 metre, I mean, there must be one of those to every centimetre pretty much, mustn't there? So you're going to get a lot of them. £9.95. Well done. Well done. Good choice, Phil. Like it. Where should we go next? Good choice. We had the multicoloured tourmaline earlier, didn't we? Actually, I'm not sure I've seen many pink tourmaline strands. Are these micro-faceted? Look at that. That's nice. That's really, truly pink, isn't it? Beautiful. They remind me of Madagascan pink sapphires, I have to say. And I really, you know, Never their name should be mentioned within the same sentence, really, but they really, truly do. That would make a lovely cluster design, wouldn't it?
Oh, stunning. Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. 20 carats, faceted rondelles. Can't believe the time, can you? Look at it. 20 to the end of the show. I will look up in just a second. Will you look up who's on the morning show, Phil? Because if they're watching in the morning, whoever it is already there, saying it's me. But this is night time. It's very complicated. 17.95, it's a telly thing. We're on both late at night and early in the morning, Katie. It's a bit bizarre. It's Alison. Alison's on the morning show on Sunday morning with a presenter. Does it say with a lovely JM presenter? Join presenter. Well, who knows? It could be our own Scotty again. Could be, couldn't it? Who knows? £17.95 for your pink tourmaline. Well done, you. Please make sure, as well, if you will... Which one, Phil, sorry? Number 9. That you come and join me on Tuesday morning, so that's the 2nd of January, because that obviously, you know, the morning of the 1st, we're all a bit, aren't we? All a bit bleary-eyed, even if we didn't stay up and watch the Hootenanny or some such other viewing. I know. Yeah. It's Jules Holland. You know Jules Holland? He has a programme on... You're always out, you youngsters, Leah.
I knew what you meant.
But you know that Jules Holland show, he has a special one on New Year's Eve called a Hootenanny. It's a Scottish thing, I think. I don't know, I think it's a Scottish thing. It's like a Hogmanay kind of musical thing, a Hootenanny, I think, isn't it? It's very good. It is pre-recorded, Phil. Does that offend? Well, it doesn't matter. It bothers Phil, apparently. Phil, you need to get out more. Can I suggest a night out on New Year's Eve? Don't stay in and watch pre-recorded Hootenanny. Oh, are you here? Not till midnight, though, are you? You'll have an early dart on New Year's Eve, won't you? Yeah. Be a 9 o'clock finish for everyone on New Year's Eve, by the way. So, you know. Anyway. So we don't know who's on the morning show on Sunday morning, but it's Alison Tarry who will be doing her wire working wonders. I love her work, don't you? You look at it and you just think, yeah, you're an amazing woman. Amazing. All of you guest designers, seriously. I know when I put pictures of the pieces that I've made on Facebook, people say, oh, you'll be a guest designer next time. No, not a hope in whatnot. Not a hope in whatnot. I would never, ever, ever be at that kind of level. I'm loving the journey. Loving the journey. It's great, isn't it?
It is. It's so much fun. So. I never thought I'd be here.
Well, yeah, it might be worth... Let's go there again. What is your journey to here? So what were you up to before jewellery making came into your life?
I was a hairdresser.
Right.
And then I had a baby and I couldn't go back to work.
Right.
And I was literally flicking through and found Jewellery Maker.
So it was purely Jewellery Maker.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought,
that's
well,
why
I
you're...
can't go back to my original career, so I decided to try and sell jewellery, and then it just built up from there.
And there you go.
So now I've got a business, I'm a guest designer.
So you were following the guest designers at the time.
Yeah.
On TV.
Yeah.
And now, see, and that could be, you know, 2018 could be a new leaf and a new chapter for you. Actually, this time last year I wasn't here. I was sort of here, but I wasn't here. I was doing test shows for the launch of our sister channel. Which I just forgot the name of, Sewing Quarter. And so I was doing test shows, annoying you on Jewellery Maker with sewing shows that you didn't want to see. But it's fine, we got the message and we made a whole channel somewhere else for it. But we were doing test shows here. And it wasn't until I was in this studio waiting to do our shows, watching the other presenters and the guests, that I kind of thought, ooh, really interested in this. I want to do some more, and then I badgered and badgered and badgered. I kept sending emails and dropping hints left, right and centre while I was working on the Sewing Quarter project team, getting that started. Now they can't get rid of me. That's it. And then hopefully plenty more in the new year as well. Whenever I can, I will. Well done, everyone. There's something about it, isn't it? But it's Jewellery Maker. It's the channel as well, isn't it? It's not just a jewellery making
I
thing.
came to the garden party, I was talking to everybody, and a few people said apply, so I applied, and then I think within about 4 or 5 weeks I was stood here. It was crazy.
Yeah? Having never been on the telly before?
Never.
No?
Never ever.
Where are we going next, Phil? 13. It's great because this isn't like being on the telly either. It's just literally like, you know, unfortunately, as you know, even as capacious as our... capacious, there's another word for me tonight.
Wow.
What is wrong with me? Got a new dictionary at Christmas. Because our workshop space is quite big, in fairness, but we just couldn't fit all of you in there for a big chat. And it's quite a long way to Ivy House, depending on where you are. So we thought, well, we'll stick it on telly instead then. That's basically how this started, how Jewellery Maker started. Get together a lot of people who have a general interest in the same thing. It's just, instead of knitting and nattering, we're jewellery making and nattering instead. And we're not hard sell, we're not ramming it down your throat or anything like that. It's, you know the gemstones that you like, and the price has to be right or you won't buy it. Blue lace agate is not that first price. Because we would like it, Phil, at that price, but not so many of us would buy it at that price. More of us would buy it at that price. $9.95. We all like a bargain, don't we? Fabulous. I have to say, of all the things that I do, and I know I'm on too many channels here, there and everywhere, I can only apologise, but this is the one, don't tell the others where, but this is the one I love most. Shh. I have to say that when I'm on Sewing Quarter as well, I love them. But that's first thing in the morning. Although, oh yes, oh that's what I was going to... This is where all this conversation in my head was leading to. There's just noodles in here, by the way. If you would like to see Death Warmed Up, please do come and join me on Tuesday morning, on the 2nd of January, because they have let me loose on the morning show. Me. I know. That should be fun, because I don't function in the morning, just to be clear. So I'll be sort of one eye half open. So, yeah. Come and see, it should be fun. It'll be Fleur keeping me awake, which would be great.
I'll see you on the crossover.
Yes, because you're on the mid-show on Tuesday, aren't you? Yes. Let's hope you have a smoother journey.
I hope so.
I'm staying the night before because I just can't do leaving home in the dark.
If I do morning show, it has to be stay over.
Yeah, got to be, isn't it? £9.95. Listen to us. Deary me. £9.95. It's beautiful.
A ring for me.
Yeah, stunning, isn't it? What were the other cubes that we had earlier? Pyrite.
Oh, pyrite each side and then into a ring, yeah.
Yeah? You can think of matching your gemstone sizes together in the same way almost as you think about matching your seed bead sizes.
Yeah.
Stepping up, stepping down, graduating, using different shapes and sitting them with each other. I think the biggest thing actually for that spurred my imagination was seeing bicones in Swarovski and seeing how they tessellate. Hello, Vicky. Katie was on an advert as a customer and she said she liked Claire McDonald when I first started watching JM. Is that true?
Yeah, just a few months before I went to the Jewellery Maker garden party, I was invited to talk about craft fairs. And I think I said something about Claire McDonald's astonishing, and it just kept repeating that the whole time. She is, though.
She is. Mummy, I haven't seen Mummy over Christmas.
I think I was known as VT number 4 for quite a while.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
It's great, aren't they? VT number 4. VT number 4, please. £9.95. Less than 10 minutes to go. To either the end of the day or the morning show, depending on where you are right now. What should we do next? Number 8, Labradorite rounds, rondelles. Love them. We never, ever, ever tire of seeing this gemstone. Gemstone of the year, just been awarded. I accepted the award on behalf of Labradorite because they couldn't be here for the glittering occasion. Actually, that's a point. Award ceremony. Have you known any award ceremony without champagne? We have no bubbles here whatsoever. What's going on? No canapes, no things on sticks, no fizzy bubbles. Just you and me and some super duos, Katie. Well, that's made up for it anyway, isn't it? The super duos and the kits. So, how would you like 114 carats of Labradorite rondelles? I'd like this as a bracelet. I'm going to make myself a bracelet right now. Look. See, that works on a guide, doesn't it? Look. Just a simple restrand. I would happily wear that. Love it. Again, because it's Labradorescence, it doesn't shout and scream. It's just interesting. It's just interesting to look at. Good size for a bracelet as well, isn't it? $7.95. And where could you buy a real, genuine gemstone bracelet as a stretchy for $7.95? You couldn't do it. You just couldn't do it. Love it. Oh, one more. We are going to... that's... yeah. Hubba, hubba. Look at this. Hang on a second. I'm just going to lift this up, Leah, actually, on this bust. Look. A bust and board thing. Look at those. You would never, on first glance, you would never think that that was a real gemstone, would you? You'd think either it's lunar cabs or it's something that's been created artificially. Not enhanced in any way, shape or form, completely and utterly natural mocha moonstone. Be still my beating heart. In fact, I've only seen mocha moonstone, I think once before. I don't think it was these shapes. How nice are these?
I have these.
Oh, do you? And what's the plan, or what have you done?
I've sold a few pendants, just really simple.
Have you?
Like briolet wraps the top onto a sterling silver chain, and the rest I'm kind of keeping for me.
I'm not surprised. Visually, they're beautiful, aren't they? I mean, often moonstone has a base colour which could be considered as slightly moody. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Slightly muted, slightly dark.
They just make me happy looking at
yeah.
them.
Aren't they gorgeous? I'm gonna make me a necklace. I know, you know, not for me, but we're gonna go lowest price ever. Look at that. I mean, visually they're beautiful, aren't they? Lowest ever price tag now for you. Bet you didn't pay that price for them. $32.95. That's good. And how much? A simple, simple pendant with your briolet wrap, did you say?
It was mate's rates, but they were 30.
Oh, okay. £30?
Mate's rates, yeah.
£30 at mate's rates for, and you're using one of the stones?
Yeah.
Okay then. That's good. That's a good return on that strand price then, isn't it? Which Katie wouldn't have got. Would have got, because it wouldn't have been at this price then, because Phil's doing funny things with the prices tonight. But there you go. We'll skip over that. It's fine. I'll have to book an extra shift for Katie now, please, before she falls out with us. Right, quick recap on our kit from this hour. Oh. 6 tubes of fantastic seed beads for just £14.95. You've got 2 tubes of Super Duos, Miyuki Super Duos, in the jet black and the crystal white, isn't it? Yes, it's the pale, no, sorry, it's the... Luster. Yes, white luster, that's it. Plus your 6Os in the Miyuki gunmetal. 2 tubes of 11Os. You've got your, what we're calling the opaque maroon, which is the big one in the middle of that shot there. We think they're more of a orangey red. And you've also got a tube of the black 11Os as well, which are beautiful. All Miyuki, and your 15Os are your opaque reds. They are brilliant. I mean, it's silly value for money. It's working out at less than £2.50 per tube of seed beads. So these are the quantities that you are getting. So it's all but the 15s, isn't it? Which is like the 15s and one of the 11s, which is the black. So they're in smaller tubes, but the rest of the bigger sort of 20 gram plus tubes, which is just awesome, really, isn't it? For £14.95. It's just silly money, isn't it? How many have we got left, Phil? Because I know we had, what, 200 or so? We have about 25 of those kits left. I'm not surprised. And if you didn't see the first kit that Katie had in the 7 o'clock hour tonight, if there are any left, you should definitely be heading to it. In fact, I'll give you the code for it. FFGC94. Go and have a look at that. Nice mix of golds and bronzes and silvers as well. It's beautiful. There it is, that FFGC94. If you go and have a look at the item code for that, you will see it. Katie, when are you back? Oh, Tuesday mid.
Tuesday mid.
Tuesday mid. Thank you for braving it and getting down here in the end. We're both off back to Yorkshire right now. It's good night if you're watching us live. It's good morning in the morning show with Alison Tarry if you're watching in the morning. But from Katie and myself and the cute little Late Show team, lots of love. See you soon.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.